We welcome you to another live edition of the Sports Box, brought to you by our friends at CrowdPlay. Download the free CrowdPlay app today and use the box at sign up for 10 points. And here we go.
Well, it is October the 6th, and we're not talking about the puck drop of the 2021 season. We're talking about the NHL Draft. Welcome to the Sports Box coverage of Round 1 of the 2020 NHL Draft. I am Brian Attard, along with Mike Velarde, Anthony Morella. Brian Hess will be joining us in just a little bit, getting you ready for what's going to be a very interesting night, I feel, in the NHL. Not only will we see 31 picks be made tonight, but I expect there to be some trades going on. With a lowered cap, with everything else that's going on, there should be some activity tonight. Anthony.
Over under on how long Anthony Morella stays on tonight?
I think he's on the majority of the night.
Yeah.
Yep. At least until the Flyers pick.
Yes.
So
I said that from the beginning.
They're probably going to be longer than me, actually.
There's really not a lot of...
Mickey Mouse popsicle, by the way.
There's really not a lot of... we know who's going one, which we'll be talking about obviously at length here. But Anthony, what are you looking for tonight? What's going to be your shock moment?
Call me mid chew there, but my shock, I don't know. I'm hoping for a trade. There's usually a couple in the top 10 from year to year. I don't. You know what? It's so hard to say just because there hasn't been as much, what's the word I'm looking for? There hasn't been as much hype, or it kind of just crawled up on us. There hasn't been a lot of talk, not a lot of buzz that I know of, as there usually is in recent years, or has been in recent years. But COVID just kind of changed everything, so I have no idea what to expect, but I kind of like it. What about you, Brian T?
You start looking at where people might go. You start looking at what's going to be the picks that change everything. And I think there's a clear number one. I think there's going to be a clear number 2 and 3, depending on which way you think they're going to go. We'll talk about that. And then I think the wild card is the Russian goaltender. I think he can go a bunch of different places you don't really see that often. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. And remember last year, Steve Yzerman had the 6th overall pick, and they went off the board for Moritz Seider. He's picking at 4. I'm very interested in what they might do.
He knows how to build a hockey team. Look at Tampa. And
absolutely,
the impressive thing about Tampa is they didn't do it with – I mean, if you think about it, their main contributor this year was a top 5 pick was Hedman. Other than that, Stamkos didn't really play much. And they just draft so well, late first, early second round guys, even late second round guys with Kucherov. Yzerman knows how to build a strong system, and the Red Wings are on their way, and they're going to add to that tonight. It's going to be fantastic. But I don't know if I see a goalie going that early.
I mean, I can't rule it out. He's the wild card because depending where he goes, he's
absolutely. This Mickey Mouse popsicle is phenomenal, by the way.
Like, the Flyers don't pick until 23 tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful.
Just your thoughts, generally.
They stink. My thoughts, I hope that the Rangers do not pick your guy number 1.
Uh-huh.
And then I hope half the people on this stream jump off a bridge because of that. Not that I want to see everybody die.
There's 3 of us right now. What's the half?
Not that I want to see everybody die. I'm just saying I want to see the reaction like we got for Jalen Hurts. That's what I want to see from everybody. I do. I do. I just want to see you. I want to see your reaction on screen when you don't get the guy who you think you're going to get, and something else happens.
I mean, listen, to me, it's one of 2 guys, and I think it's very clear which one they're going.
Have the Raiders come out and said that who they're picking yet?
Not really. No, they can't. I actually hit the gym every day, and by hitting the gym, I mean I open my fridge and I drink.
Hit the gym,
yeah,
dude. Look at this popsicle. You would hit the gym and forgo this.
I was eating
It's not my son's Paul.
I was eating Teddy Grahams Geo's Teddy Grahams last night. On
There
the
you
show.
go. Those are good.
Yeah, cinnamon.
Gavin likes those too.
Yeah.
Brian T.
Yes.
Most likely to get dealt tonight.
Ooh.
Well, listen, there's talk right now of the Rangers looking to get out of Ryan Strome, and there's right there. I think somebody just asked that question. Can't count on Nicolini said, "Does Ryan Strome get traded today or tomorrow?" And there is some speculation that they're not going to be able to sign him, and they don't want to give him a qualifying offer.
You would love that, wouldn't you? You want to see him go, right?
Listen, if you can't pay the guy, you can't pay the guy. What are you going to do? I mean, your salary cap's your salary cap.
Oh, Flyers got lucky with Niskanen retiring.
That's very underrated. That frees up a lot of money.
$5.5
That
million.
frees up a lot of money. That
was a great move by the Flyers to get him to retire.
I just told him to retire. Listen, we're not gonna play it next year, so just retire.
Just retire. Hold on, be right back.
Yeah.
Keegan Peretta says Matt Murray's rights getting dealt to Ottawa, calling it right now. Well, that would be interesting. I mean, Pittsburgh's trying to get out from under that contract.
Yeah.
So that would be very interesting.
So how about a potential start date is January 1? That'd be a cool New Year's Day start for the NHL.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it'll be an outside game.
Well, the thing is, it kind of depends on.
Would they do an outside game with no fans?
Right, because really that's for TV.
But would they though?
Can't really
spread them out in the stadium?
I mean, I guess it depends. It depends what the stadium is. This game retired doesn't really help the home team. No, Kevin, I agree. But we do have to talk about every team in the league, not just the one picking at one. And I made it abundantly clear to the boys that I would not.
This isn't a Ranger show, by the way, Kevin.
That I would not overwhelm the show.
How are you not in the Rangers' basement?
This isn't a Ranger show.
I'm in my area. I've got my dual monitors. I've got the draft over here.
I'm sitting on my couch with these decorations behind me.
This is a big night for Brian and Tia Tar tonight. That's all I'm concerned.
Listen, I'm not going to start until the Rangers are on the clock, and then we'll talk about it.
What time are they on the clock?
I believe they're going to be on the clock very shortly.
I'm not watching it, so you got to let me know what's going on.
That's fine.
I don't have a TV.
Mike, you don't need to watch it. Ant and I got Haas is going to jump on. It's going to be good.
Oh, no, I'm a part of this.
That's the only reason why I'm doing it down here, because I don't have a TV in my wife's office or in the kitchen. So I don't know where else to go. I'm going to sit like this the whole time.
Let's see, Eric saying Henry going to the Caps for 1 year. That is the speculation. And it is pretty interesting. Well, because he wants to win. I mean,
He's not going to play.
I don't think personally that he is.
I don't think he wants to play. I think he just wants to be on a winner.
That's fine, but I mean, are these guys winners? I mean, I don't think that. I don't think the Caps are a contender anymore.
Whoops. I'm trying to share this and I messed up.
Would you share Jeremy on his bed?
We don't share those things. We definitely.
He's not watching this show.
We definitely don't.
This is the best draft around, by the way. The NFL draft stinks.
Here's a question, Ant. I'll let you answer. I have my thoughts. Leah Sanders on the Rangers next year?
I mean, you would think so. I mean, first of all, one, who wants them? And two, I mean, you're not throwing them in a deal to sweeten up any deal for a player. What are you realistically going to get in return for him? I'd rather just let him keep developing.
I mean, the dude, what's it called, decides to go AWOL, basically.
Yeah. What's his deal? Why
can they trade up with Anderson in the 22nd? I mean, Justin. Here's the problem with that. His value's never been lower, so I don't think now is the time. It's like it's not quite the Flyers with Nolan Patrick, who unfortunately has had migraine issues. But like right now, you can't move him because what you're going to get for him is nowhere close to what he's worth or what he could be worth. So it makes no sense. You go trade something else.
But at least Nolan Patrick, second overall pick. Obviously had the migraine symptoms this year and didn't play, but there's still some value there because his first two seasons weren't bad. Some
speculation that the Flyers might be looking to get Patrick Laine, otherwise known as Patrick Lane, to some people in the sports box.
I'll take it.
It would be a very expensive deal, however.
Take them.
Yeah, but what was their problem in the playoffs?
A score.
Yeah, couldn't score. Worth a shit.
I've heard Petrangelo too.
I thought Kravtsov was in the.
I hope the Flyers do that because that's going to be a disaster. The guy's already 30 years old. You're going to give an 8 and 7 year contract to a 30-year-old?
They're going to a sports box team.
No, at least Trouba was only 25.
Yeah, Danny Briere. He should jump on. Let's get Danny Briere. Tell him we're watching it live.
He's probably there.
Look at our boy. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready. Will the Rangers trade Trouba? Probably not. Probably not because they're just not going to, and that's going to be a problem for sure. Okay. Gary Bettman's talking.
Oh, here we go.
He can't be booed right now.
They should have been like at the Eagles game, just pumping it into the background noise.
Yep. I hate Gary Bettman. Nobody, Ron, is everybody booing Bettman? Nobody's cheering for him, that's for sure.
So what do they do with 22?
That may be in play. I'm hearing that depending on who's there, they may trade down for a couple of seconds, which I'm fine with at that point.
But why? I mean, you have a lot of depth.
Because it depends on who's there. If somebody who you feel is not worth the pick is there, then you trade down and get more value out of it. And really, like the NHL draft is one like the curve, like really kind of clears off like that.
It's a good draft, though.
It's a very good draft. Marcy, would I trade Kakko for a top 3? No. I would for 2 specifically. I would trade Kakko for 2 specifically. I would because I get
nobody's going to do that.
I wouldn't say no one's going to do that, but it's got to be Byfield. Byfield is the one that I think is 5-10 years from now, it's conceivable that he is potentially better than Lafreniere. I mean, I've not ruled that out. And if I had the 2 pick, I would be over the moon to get him. But at the same time, you don't pass up on elite talent.
No. He's not Lafreniere.
So.
Not even close. Kakko for Eichel.
I mean, Byfield, if the Kings pass on Byfield, and I have a lot of money that says that they don't, I can't imagine that, for sure.
Kakko for Eichel?
It's not enough.
You mean for Eichel?
No, Brandon. Yeah, Kurt's not enough for Eichel.
Well, obviously, but you package 22 with it and maybe a defenseman, defensive prospect.
So Gary Bettman's talking, and I really have no interest in hearing this. I just want to remind everyone what has preceded this event and why the New York Rangers are picking first overall.
It is now time to see who the winning team is.
The first selection in the 2020 NHL Draft belongs to the New York Rangers.
Wow, there it is.
Got it right here.
Thank you.
And the New York Rangers are on the clock. Somebody's mic's giving some feedback. So,
probably me.
Let's talk about this, guys. They have had a ridiculous amount of draft luck, no question about it. Ping pong balls made great general managers, and the Rangers have stand now to get a top 2 prospect in the last 2 drafts. And if they go the way we think they're going to go here, which is the prohibitive favorite of Alexis Lafreniere, what a pair of wingers they're going to have.
Mm-hmm. Now you just need a 2C.
That's true. And they could be trading for it.
Nils Lundqvist,
the defenseman. Michael Hardy, as our resident DJ, your thoughts on Eddie Van Halen, who passed away today?
That was 2020's got to go away, man. A lot of bad shit going on right now. Yeah, he was one of the best musicians of all time. I know Ant's mom likes him. She's a big Van Halen guy.
Saw our post.
Yeah.
When you look at this for next year, yes, the Chris Kreider deal is going to be a problem. I'm not disputing any of that. And I'm trying to think who's got that.
It's a lot of money.
See something. I might mute you for a second, see if that's you. It might be. They have left wings. So, again, from a fit standpoint, it is what it is. But you don't pass up on elite talent.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What should I do?
No, you're good now.
You're fine.
All right.
I'm praying to God that they don't take this guy.
Of course they're.
I hope he has COVID.
So where's Goche fit in next year?
Third or fourth line right wing. Why not?
Add another scorer there.
They're going to be very deep. And here's the comparison. The comparison is to Mikko Rantanen. And that's the kind of, hey, man, I'll take that all day long.
That's incredible.
Look at him. It's unbelievable the things that he can do.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that the Rangers got the number one pick when they shouldn't have. Because they don't have the best. They didn't have the worst record in the league. But once again, your ass is bent over and you get lucky.
Nah, he's not moving this center.
Here's the thing, though, right? So let's before they got 2 minutes left. If you look at the Rangers cap right now, it's pretty obvious which way they're going to go here. But the Zibanejad deal is going to be a problem in a couple of years. Buchnevich, I think, is probably going to get traded because they just don't, you can't fit all these guys. But they're bringing up the letter right now. And again, February of 2018, they said they're going into rebuild. It's going to be very different. And we are not even 2.5 years later. And here we are. And this is the capstone, in my opinion. This is the cap of the rebuild. Anthony, I know we talk a lot about Rangers hockey. I mean, from being the fan of an opposing team, just your general thoughts on what they've been able to do in a very short period of time.
Oh, it's incredible. I tell you all the time. I'm jealous because that's what I wanted the Flyers to do. They didn't do it. They kind of did a half-ass reset. I mean, I think still to this day, your best pickup was Adam Fox until now, obviously. But I think Adam Fox is a tremendous player. He's going to be an absolute stud on the power play and even on 5-on-5 for a long time. I mean, you just have such a great nucleus, and you don't even have Keandre Miller and Lundqvist and any of those guys coming up yet. Krastov, who somebody mentioned earlier. But he played in the AHL last year, didn't he?
Krastov went back to Russia.
Oh, okay.
He's actually playing very well in the KHL right now.
I thought he played some AHL games now. He didn't go to Hartford?
Yeah, and it wasn't. They loaned him back.
Yeah.
Especially now because they don't know what they're going to do.
Are you excited?
Yes, right on time, buddy. Right on time.
Yeah, great. Yeah, couldn't miss this one.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah, I really could have.
Uh-oh. Rangers rebuild has mistakes.
Well, just in case the Rangers don't take Lafreniere, and I get to see Brian T's reaction when it doesn't happen. Just in case.
It's not happening.
For those of you guys who don't know, Danny Briere was on our show. Today is his birthday, and I sent him a message. He actually just I asked him if he can come on the show. He commented, "Sorry, I'm at the table with the Flyers staff right now."
I figured that.
Hold on. I just want to hear this, please.
Yeah, shocker.
Damn it.
Slam dunk.
Damn you people, this is golf.
That's a home run right there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like we didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah.
It doesn't happen until it happens.
Stupid ping pong balls.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I love ping pong balls.
Listen, can you put the
ping pong balls?
Now, can you put the video of Paul?
I don't have the video of Paul. Now Paul would get very mad.
It's not like his face is on it at any point. Just saying.
What do we do? I know everybody's so happy, all your Ranger buddies. I hope he snaps his kneecap at his first friggin' practice.
Marcy, it is so anticlimactic. I lost my voice when the ball came out. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Great.
He looks great in that jersey.
Yeah, he does.
Uh-oh. Already somebody
He's a
saying he's
bust like
going
every
to be
other
a bust.
Yeah, but he's a
He's going to
flyer.
be a bust for Lardy?
Nah, he's a flyer. That's just Dave trying to troll. I mean, that's all right. Dave, when the thinking he gave me like the biggest middle finger possible in the group. So
I have no comment.
I am getting this. I just need a number. I got a blank one ready to go.
Sure.
I got a blank one ready to go.
Again, inside the Packers.
But this changes everything. And again, the concern obviously is Kreider's contract. I'm with you on that, but I think that's something they're going to figure out eventually.
Paulie.
So what happened with the Paul's? What did Paul do? What was Paul's video about?
Oh, so I sent him a pack of Rangers ping pong balls, and he slammed them on the ground.
He videoed himself doing it?
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, so this pick is either where I make a lot of money or I come over to Brian T's house and
wait, you too? You're in this too?
Yep.
What a joke.
Oh,
Hess, do you playing PlayStation with like a 12-year-old? What are you doing?
He's taking my order right now.
Listen, the sound is great with the headphones.
The
headset's great, man.
He's flying the Rangers plane right into the ring.
That's right.
Wait a minute. So how much of this you don't have to tell me how much, but what's the percentage that you're in on this?
He's a good amount.
I didn't get it. Oh, I'm not in that group text. I forgot.
We got a Predators fan in the chat.
I'm monitoring multiple monitors.
This headset might not have a long lifespan because it might get thrown.
Nice.
If Stutzel's picked here.
Yeah.
Wait, how many people are in this?
No, they're not in on anything. They have their own things going on.
What? Gazara said he's in on it too.
He also placed it at
Brian T. Where did
you guys were a joke.
Where are the Predators picking?
Listen, they're a spot to look at the goalie too. I've read.
So who does it have to be?
We just need Byfield to go ahead of Stützle.
But you said number 2 though, right?
As long as Byfield goes ahead of Stützle.
Right, correct.
So the Los Angeles Kings are on the clock here. This pick for the last year has been Quinton Byfield. And I don't see any reason why it's not Quinton Byfield. And if it isn't Quinton Byfield, I'm going to be very shocked. And
you're going to be out a lot of money.
I'm going to be out a little bit of money, yeah. But that's all right.
Brian T, why all of a sudden the love for Stützle?
He's a draft riser. Byfield's the taller player. Byfield's the more powerful player. Byfield, there is a legitimate chance that Byfield is actually the best player out of this draft in 10 years. I'm not ruling that out.
Best centerman, maybe.
So if say Stützle goes here,
Byfield goes free. No question about it.
What if Ottawa calls the Rangers and says we're giving you the 3, the 5, a player, one of our studs for Lafreniere?
I think it's I don't think that you can give up on elite talent that Now again,
it's all about assets, Brian T. He might turn out to be Markel Fultz, like this guy just said.
No, I don't know who you're talking about.
Forgets how to shoot.
That just brings up too many nightmares.
Boy,
Christ's sakes.
Brian T. IB is saying he's going to wear number 91. Will he wear 91? He said.
I'll take it.
He skates like the wind. Did you hear that? You think he's in Germany right now, that guy?
I'm so nervous.
It's like the Super Bowl betting. Like the coin toss.
Last time I took advice from somebody on where they were going. That was Mr. Chris Wilhelm from the green room saying Tom Brady was going to the Miami Dolphins. So I lost some money on that one too.
Chris hasn't won a bet since high
Pass.
school.
That's true.
That hasn't worked out real well.
What are you getting leaks?
Yeah, what are you doing, Brian T?
Brian, what the fuck?
Stop getting
Come on,
leaks.
Robbie.
Yeah, he's got leaks over here. I'm in on it too, by the way. Put me in. I want 20%.
Woo! Let's go!
Venmo, tell him now.
How much money to make?
Brian T, what percentage cut do you want?
0.
Oh, wow. That was nice.
So nice of you.
What'd you do on FanDuel or something, Tess?
I just hit nice.
Thanks for the advice, jerk off.
Listen,
I
if
can't
we
believe he
had
left you out
told-
of this, Mike.
Yeah, here we go. If we would have told you, nah. Yeah, I know.
He left you out of this, Mike.
Yeah, I know. Nobody cares about me.
Oh, man.
I'm leaving.
Hess, what have you been doing?
Running around like crazy today.
Well, how many people were in on this? People are saying, boom, I won money. How many people were in on this fucking thing? What'd you tell? For 3,000 people?
I think you were the only one who wasn't.
I know. Was Wayne in on it too?
Wayne asked me what I thought, and I shared.
Yeah, why not? Who else?
This was the obvious pick. It was the obvious pick. He could have gone one.
Birnbaum was he won. Everybody won money. Wilhelm,
Birnbaum, no.
Hav,
Stop.
No problem.
Hav may have.
Paul McCree,
No problem.
Paul Bagliani,
Uh-huh.
everybody. I'm just kidding, Mike. None of those people won.
Everybody else. Apparently, the whole stream won, though.
I just said
Full stream.
I felt this was the second best player in this draft, and I didn't feel that it was that close. So this idea that like the Stutzel, Stutzel's gonna go. No, he's not. You don't pass up on this kid.
So where are you getting your leaks from?
So I'm connected to some people who got me into a insider on the Kings who on his podcast said this is where they're going to go.
TSN South?
Not quite TSN South.
His shot is ridiculous.
I'd like to watch it.
Go in front of a
Very
TV. I'm sitting here holding this thing because this is my television.
This kid's unbelievable. I mean, listen, like I said, if I was sitting there at 2 all day long, I take Quentin Byfield. Quentin Byfield is basically the reincarnation of Anze Kopitar. Has a little bit of Malkin to him. I mean, it's exactly the right pick.
Right, you got a guy that big that could move like he does.
And he's a better shot probably than all of them.
Yeah.
Hey, what the Senators are building a nice little team over there.
Yeah, they've definitely recovered from that Duchesne disaster.
Mhm.
Oh, boy.
It could have been even that much better if they had.
The highest drafted black
had
player
Bowen.
in NHL history. Do you know that?
Speaking of, look, the kid's great. Speaking of disasters, this should have been the San Jose Sharks, who were god awful this year. But it's not. It's the Ottawa
They could have
Senators.
saved the money and just taking somebody like Drysdale.
Oh, this is
Anderson.
now. If this is not what's his name, if this is not Stützle, that's interesting.
I think this is going to be.
I think it is. I think it is, and I think that they think Perfetti will go 4.
I think this is Sanderson.
Mock it up, man.
You think Sanderson goes this high?
That's my gut feeling. I'm not looking at anything.
Over Drysdale?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, if they're going to go defenseman, you would think Drysdale's higher in a lot of mock drafts.
Oh yeah.
But again, I think Drysdale's a better defenseman. That's going to be a situation where people just what's it called?
Well, I mean, listen, Sanderson's a bigger guy.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Where you going? He's going to go get his Oreos.
I'm so happy.
Dude.
All the information.
I was so nervous.
All the information was this was Byfield. So, Hey, Jimmy Schmiedeberg. What's up, brother?
Hello there. How's it going?
Welcome.
I'm having a great day. I hit that bet I told you about last night.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was waiting until they made the Byfield pick so I could come on and I think it was on our show. You promised to be 25% if that came through? It was 25%. That's my vig.
You get a big hug and a kiss on the cheek at the next viewing party.
It was thanks to a guest on our show that you made that bet. So I mean,
it's true.
Got to pay some kind of. Where's my taste, as Tony Soprano would say.
That's it. Yes.
Got to get my taste. Got to get my taste.
So, Jim, just the reaction. I mean, anticlimactic as it was, it's a franchise-changing moment. It's the cap off to the rebuild.
Still a little nerve-wracking. And I've got Jen sitting next to me here, and she's like, "You don't think they're going to screw this up, do you?" And I'm like, "No." I said, "I'm sure the jersey's there." And then Bob McKenzie said something like the Rangers had given him no inclination that he's going to be drafted. I'm like, he's got to know. I'm like, no confirmation. I'm like, come on, he knows. And they had his jersey ready and the hat. I don't know if they did like the NFL did, where they sent these guys over with boxes of 20 hats, but. Yeah, I mean, it was anticlimactic, but it's with the Rangers, nothing's official until it is, I said the same thing last year with Capo Caco.
Speaking about the NFL, at least I haven't heard about, whose players' fathers dead or in jail. Like the NFL draft was.
Say that again? Oh.
Well, the NFL draft, it was, he was in college where he ran a 4.4 40 and his mother's in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Like every single draft pick was,
Yes. Yeah, I remember that now. Yep, absolutely. Well, today all we have is Eddie Van Halen, I guess. That's our...
What is this Jeopardy thing they're doing? Stutzel.
Oh.
That was an interesting way to introduce the pick.
I'm streaming on the NBC Sports app, so I'm a couple of seconds behind you guys. But
yeah, I have DirecTV, so they get it before I do too.
So, but yeah, all is well. Now we'll wait and see what they do with the 22 pick.
Well, Larry said that they might be trading it down for 2 2s depending on who's there.
Right. So we'll see. That's your guy Stutzel there. My daughter said she has an affinity for Tim Stutzley. She likes the German guys.
My wife's looking to change teams now because the goaltender left.
Flyers fan. We'll bring her and Braden in.
Yeah, my daughter loves Capo Caco, and this year she likes Tim Stutzley. So yeah, now we just sit and wait. You're just about another hour.
Listen, like I said, anticlimactic's fine. They couldn't screw it up. It's 2 years in a row, Jim, and as what I think I enjoy the most about this is people's opinions in hockey who I respect that hate the Rangers speak very highly of what they're doing, including the two people that aren't you and I on this broadcast. And it's like, they're so good, they're so this, and I hate it, and I can't stand it. Like, this is not what we're used to. They find ways to do things.
It's amazing how many good things have happened for this franchise since Glenn Sather stopped being a part of it.
Yep.
That man was a black cloud in every way. He was a poor decision maker, and he was bad luck. He was the mush. He was the absolute mush.
That was your boy, Brian.
What?
Sather was your boy.
Asshole, what he is.
It's a disaster. So, All right. Well, I just wanted to check in and say hello.
No, I appreciate it. Guys, listen,
I said
Ranger
I
fans,
would.
if you don't know about Blue Shirt Underground, I can only speak very, very highly of them. I've known those boys for longer than I can remember. They're fantastic. That is the best Ranger content you're going to find on the interwebs, so make sure you check them out. They have some links through some sports box pages, too. You'll see them there. Just make sure you get it's phenomenal content. I can't say enough good things.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
See you, man.
Thanks for coming on, Jim.
Take it easy.
Yo, Brian T.
Yes.
You ever notice these guys from like Germany or Sweden, or you look at their stats and it's like 4 goals, 6 assists in like 38 games, and you're like, what the heck?
Well, because again, so you're talking about younger players. You're talking about,
like even I mean, there's been plenty of players over the years, and you look at their stats and you're like, what the heck? And they come here and they're absolutely off the charts. All right, here's that Red Wings pick you talked about earlier.
This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting because they could go a bunch of different directions here. For me personally, they took a defenseman last year. I know you still have Zadina. I know, Veleno is a center who they really kind of stole at the end of the first round a couple of years ago. I look at a guy like a Perfetti. Do they really need a center? I mean, you need 2 centers in this league, if not 3. So I think you'd be reaching to go down for a Drysdale. Doesn't mean they can't do it. Up. See, now, inside information. Detroit's throwing a curveball. Let's see what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's a curveball. So what could that mean? Oh, my God, if this is the goaltender. Oh, my God, if this is the goaltender.
Listen, I've been hearing whispers about Detroit reaching for the goaltender this high.
That's
I mean,
say their days are over. Thank God. Praise Jeebus.
Jeebus.
It's Perfetti.
You're saying Perfetti at 4. He was the betting favorite. Jeremy, yes, I did. And it's been wonderful.
I mean, they don't need centers. They've taken centers. I think they've taken at least 3 or 4 in the last couple of years. Trade news? No,
that was just
that's from earlier.
Yeah,
that's a terrible trade.
Oh, I think Columbus did very well.
Oh yeah,
you get a center and a 3rd round pick, and I like Domi. Stevie Y.
I don't think they're going center. I think I like that Sanderson kid.
For some odd reason, DraftKings hasn't paid me out yet.
Who got picked 3rd?
Stutzel.
Comes barging in. What are you drinking?
Atta boy.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want it? Yeah, really. That's serious. You want a good chocolate milk, Mike? Core Power chocolate milk.
Yeah, very good.
Nah,
very good.
ShopRite's got the best one.
Nah.
All right. So, what do you think, Hess? I mean, if they go with the goalie here, I think that's.
Listen, I think it's a mistake. The site I'm looking at right now has Askarov as the 19th overall prospect in this draft. So this would be a huge reach. Even if they love the kid, I think they can move back a few spots and still get him if they would like. If somebody likes a Drysdale,
who's Trebek,
or even a Perfetti here,
Alex Trebek. Alex Trebek announced the pick for Ottawa.
Lucas Raymond would be my pick here if I was Detroit.
Well, hi.
Noah, host of our show, Sweet Tea Friday Nights. Iowa, my personal favorite pick of the draft. Support my Germans. Actually, my favorite pick was Lexi Lafreniere, followed very closely by
Brian T.
I hate this guy.
Who?
Wait, what?
I mean, that's not.
Good call there, Hess. Good call.
Who won?
I don't think that was like a major curveball.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Ant. He was a guy who I think, maybe now it's a little slightly outside the top 5, but that's not insane.
No, I mean after this fall,
The way Elliot Friedman tweeted it out, he's like, they're going to throw a curveball here.
No.
The curveball's the goaltender. Like
it's all a crapshoot from here on out. Hess, you want a nice Coke Zero for the show?
Nope.
Oh, I have some Coke. I have some Coke Zeros in the fridge.
Straight garbage.
I don't think they're bad.
Garbage.
What don't you like about them?
Because it tastes like a Coke when you first sip it, and then the aftertaste is
Garbage.
Huh.
So I feel like, oh, this is the same. This is the real thing, and then I'm left disappointed.
Garbage.
Dude, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you people, honestly.
Like Paul McCree's Love Life.
Wow.
Oh, shut
I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry.
I'm texting him right
now. I'm sorry.
Straight garbage.
He's doing very, very well in his love life. I'm actually jealous.
You know what? I told him the other day. I said, "Listen, I was going to be honest with you. I think you're a much better looking human these days than 5 years ago. So whatever you're doing, keep up."
He's like fine wine. He gets better with age.
I'm going to keep. Never mind.
Look at all those centers.
Thanks, Ant.
I was going somewhere different with that, but
okay, go. Let me hear it.
No.
Say it, Brian.
No. It's other things age like a fine wine.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Earth.
Xavier said I thought they would go center at 5. I would take the goaltender. Xavier, I'll tell you what. If Ottawa want to come out of this draft with a forward and a defenseman, brother, they're looking at it right now. They get their pick, and I wouldn't take the goaltender.
Jeremy said he needs a mic for his bed that can make different voices like Anthony's.
Wait, what's wrong with my mic?
Nothing.
Oh. Different voices. He wants me to do different voices?
Yeah, he can lay on his bed and do those voices.
All right. So Ottawa's up next. Again, this is their actual pick. So the pick they had before.
Ottawa has a lot of picks.
They do.
They stink.
Great question. That's a good question. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Giants.
Yeah. Jets.
Who gets to win first?
Suck.
You mean like a championship or just a win?
No. You mean like a win.
The Rangers.
That would mean have they said? Oh, Bettman said January 1st, right? That's
which we were talking about. That was always going to be.
All right, I can deal with that.
Huh.
If that's the case, the Rangers might be the second team out of those three to get a win because the Jets might not win a game.
You ever notice some of these people just have like super plain houses?
Very humble people.
Yeah.
Be nice if my friends would have told me about this bet they were doing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, lift your hand up. I know. Yeah, lift your hand up like you're gonna fuck you.
What if I was wrong?
Yeah, here we go. Quickly too. Now he's asking you too. Now, yeah, everybody's in on it. Yeah, thanks,
Mike.
It did.
Wow.
I'm leaving. Screw you guys.
Did our bet
Screw you
win?
guys. I'm going home.
Velarde.
What?
You know why they didn't ask you, right?
Yeah, because I'm not in the group text.
No. Had nothing to do with it.
Because I'm a mush.
Right.
Yeah.
They tell you there goes their bet.
Anymore.
I would say Mike's not a mush.
What?
Mike's not a mush.
The NHL Draft is on.
Mike, I thought you were done betting anyway.
That's why.
I am.
Okay, then there you go.
You don't need to waste
I
your money.
worked
There you go.
here. You even asked. I didn't bet anything. Jesus Christ! Now you got me in trouble.
No,
Look.
he didn't. Yo, is that Dana?
Yes.
Dana, can you hear me, Dana? He didn't bet anything. We all did, and he's mad that we didn't tell him.
Yes.
because we won.
Hi, Dana.
Dana Burger.
Supportive.
Hi, Dana.
Yes, keep him on track, boys.
That's what I'm doing. No,
Yeah.
Dana, he's mad because I told the guys I'm really comfortable. I really feel good about this bet. You should do it, and it came true. And he was mad that I didn't tell him because I'm trying to be a good influence on him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it for you.
I was like,
He's always a good
See,
influence.
Brian T being a good friend.
I mean,
Yeah, I know.
what if I was wrong? What the hell do I know?
good friend.
Yeah, I am.
You only talk to the person making the decision.
Right. I know.
Now,
Yes,
if,
have you had
now, if Dana had asked me what I thought it was going to happen to, I would have told her.
You would have told her.
Absolutely.
She goes, what?
If he tries to do it, you have to text me.
Yeah, thanks.
See?
he's not doing anything.
Christ.
All right, here we go.
Jeremy wants to know if you want tacos.
I'm good.
Oh, shit. Jeremy, you watching the draft?
Jeremy, you know what? We should actually bring Jeremy on and see if he can pronounce half these names.
Yes. Birnbaum. Try. He can do it again. Martin St. Louis.
Martin St. Louis.
At
What do you say about the carpet?
Did the carpet come with the house? This is nice
Sanderson.
carpet. Did it come with the house?
Oh, there's
I knew
Sanderson.
he'd be
Okay.
first.
All right.
As
Sanderson?
soon as they said the U.S. team, I was like,
I told you. I thought they were going to go D here. You know what's
I
funny?
thought they were going to go
You know what's
Sanderson.
kind of
with
interesting.
three.
I don't know why this is, and I notice it more with Montreal, but they love the American kids. I don't know why.
This is Jeff
That's why they don't
Sanderson's
win.
kid.
Yeah.
That's what. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
They love the like Ryan McDonough was an American kid, got taken by Montreal. Carey Price got taken by Montreal. They just like the American kids.
That's why they don't win anything.
That's a good point.
Have you tried the Wendy's breakfast yet?
I have not.
I want to try. I just don't get a chance to get down there.
My breakfast location selections are pretty routine. It's either
Yeah.
Starbucks,
Or
Wawa,
McDonald's.
and then an occasional McDonald's.
The chop out.
Listen, Noah's right
Jeez.
on. Ottawa's a disaster. I mean, listen, total disaster. But I love their system. I love what they're doing with it. I mean, they have the 7th ranked U22 in a game right now. They just add 2 picks to it. I mean, when we do this again after the draft, you know. So who's falling right now? Perfetti's falling, right? So who's up
Perfetti.
next?
Yep. Drysdale.
Man, Lucas Raymond, I think, was like plus 800 to go fourth too. Anaheim Ducks with a 21st ranked system. They went Zegers last year. He's a phenomenal. I don't think they go center. So
It's going to be Drysdale.
you think they go D?
Don's back in it?
This isn't the goalie.
They don't
The
have
earliest-
anything in the way
The
of.
earliest I really thought the goalie could go was 5. He's not going to go 5. He didn't go 6. Could it be the Devils?
The NHL. And here is the clue for you. With the 3rd pick in
That's great.
What's that?
2020 NHL Draft, the Ottawa Senators choose this player.
Now I was watching the Trebek thing and I didn't see it yet.
So,
I'm kind of mad I didn't drop like 50 grand on the first.
Great. Here we go. Should have put your Apple stock on it.
I wouldn't bet that a lot.
there you go, Brian T. Last time the Ducks took a defenseman was 2015 in the first round. They could shore up that day. They
Hampus
lost
Lindholm?
Shea Theodore. They don't really have much.
He went to Vegas.
Lindholm. That's it.
He went to Vegas.
Correct. I'm well aware. Yo, Brian, remember this?
I did. You know who the Rangers drafted that year?
Brady Shea?
Igor Shesterkin.
Oh.
They stink.
And I was there and I had no idea what was going on.
No, Brady Shea was the year before, I think.
Shea was Shea
12.
was actually 2012.
Yeah. Who'd they draft? Did they have a first round pick that year or no?
The year we went?
Yeah.
No, the pick actually ended up being Josh Hosang for the Islanders through
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
But they did get Tony D'Angelo.
They did.
And he was that pick for that year.
Brian T.
Tizzle. Chalky Tisbird.
Only want to be Brian T.
I'm actually just like kind of standing the microphone on my stomach.
Hess, what time's your seminar start?
My seminar.
Hess is the keynote speaker for the seminar.
Oh man, yeah, this headset's great.
Here's the thing.
Thank you, Brian T.
The Devils for sure. I mean, again, I wouldn't take the goalie at 7, but it's not as if they don't have a need. And for them, they're not going to take a center. If they take a center, that's idiotic, because you have Heischer and Hughes forever at this point. So that would just be idiotic. I'm just telling you right now. So if Perfetti will fall, if he doesn't go here, he's going to fall further.
Listen, they have holes everywhere.
They should be that should be Drysdale or the goaltender if you're going to go that direction.
They have a lot of natural left wingers on that roster, so this could be a reach on maybe a Jack Quinn.
Oh,
I think it's asking a lot.
They have Hughes, Jack Hughes, and Jack Quinn. I think this has to be Drysdale.
I agree. Yeah.
By the way, I'm not looking at shit.
I'm seeing it on delay anyway.
Oh.
Connor McDavid has COVID?
He does.
Yeah, I saw that. He'll be fine in like 2 days.
Coke Zero.
Dude, I don't understand what your problem with Coke Zero is. I think it's fantastic.
It is pretty good.
Garbage, like Paul's love life.
Thomas O'Neill's comment there, is that a shot at Cherapanov?
That's Tommy. Ooh. It's not. No bueno, Tommy. No bueno.
Jeez. Oh man,
that would be interesting.
That's not even right.
See that comment, Brian?
I did. Yeah, Dominic. Yeah, here step on, but I think it's given up too much. They might buy him out.
That sucks. That's too much.
Oh yeah, I would. All right, I like the defenseman here. Let's see if I'm right. I don't know anything.
It should be Drysdale, but
so stupid.
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Sneaky, maybe Jack Quinn.
The pick is in.
Just go back to being the Mighty Ducks.
Worst video ever. No brainer.
It's a good pick.
Free Shea.
Great pick.
Yep. Solid. And he's a guy who should have gone earlier.
Mm-hmm. No, phenomenal pick.
I thought it was Don Drysdale.
That's his grandfather.
That a boy.
Oh, look at that.
20? Oh, that's the okay, because it's the 2020 draft. Hello.
Her.
All right. Yahoo's mock had Marco Rossi here for the Devils. I think that's stupid.
Why?
Perfetti and Rossi are 4 and 5 on the draft analyst board, who is phenomenal. And I can't say enough good things about Steve. Steve said he'd come on the show, so I definitely want to plug Steve. Steve is fantastic.
Where is he?
He does phenomenal work. His report every year is just unreal. Unreal. Stu's going to be number 88. What's he think, Eric Lindros?
Who is it?
Stu's going to wear 88.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Did you see Chris's text?
Yeah. So I was laughing at.
Yeah, thanks.
He said
that
Do a stink face like Rikishi to Brian Attard. These commercials suck.
New Jersey Devils up. I again, you look at how again. So Ty Smith, good defenseman. You have Hughes and Heischer. Because of that, I think, and again, you don't draft for need in the NHL draft, so it wouldn't shock me if they go for the high upside guy in like a Perfetti or a Rossi. But Alexander Holtz, I think, is an interesting name here. Could you go for the? Remember, the Devils have 3 picks in this draft in the first round. They're picking again at 18 and again at 20. The goalie probably isn't there at 18.
He doesn't get there, right?
I don't think he gets there. So
I don't think they take him here. I think.
Were they not satisfied with
baby.
the way Blackwood played this year?
I don't think they think he's a franchise guy.
I mean, 23 years old. 23 years old. The guy was 22 and 14 last year. I mean,
I think they're going to ride that wave, Hess. I do.
Yeah. See what you have in the kid before you're drafting a guy in the top at 7th overall.
It doesn't really matter, though, because you're not going to see that kid for 2-3 years anyway.
Well, listen, I mean, at the end of the day, the Florida Panthers went and took Spencer Knight last year, 14th overall, and then they go sign Bobrovsky.
How about the Lightning when they had Ben Bishop? They took Vasilevsky.
It's proved that to be a very, very good move.
Reports are line to the Flyers. It's happening.
It happened.
Patrick Lane?
What?
Okay.
Patrick Lane?
Lane.
This guy said if Line gets traded to the Flyers, I'm burning this place to the ground.
Who said that?
That's some guy.
Why wouldn't you be excited about that unless you're like giving up?
No, I think it was a Winnipeg fan.
Oh.
So for the Devils, he sure signed forever. Zajak's going to go. Oh, there he is. My Canadian son. I'm getting that. As soon as just give me the number. Just give me a number. I'm getting it.
Oh, God.
That and an Igor.
Alexei.
That and an Igor.
It's a woman's name.
Yeah. That's Brian Attard's favorite jersey now.
Lafreniere.
Alexei Attard. You can get a Ronnie Attard jersey.
I think this is Perfetti.
Quebecois.
Jamie Boscal, you follow him, Ant, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Said line into the Flyers as a has-been. Fletcher, no doubt, contacted the Jets, but they really wanted too much.
Of course. Why wouldn't you ask for the world at that point?
Of course.
Why not? Why the hell not? Why wouldn't you?
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't. If they go with the center, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Be right back.
Where are you going?
Smoke.
My daughter's thirsty. Can I get her something to drink?
And smoke a cigs.
Well, I might do that.
Are you going to do the CD?
Smoky tree.
Smoky
Brian?
tree.
Pass.
What?
You're going to do a CDC?
Nah. No D.
Oh yeah, I forgot they signed Lindy Ruff. He sucks so bad, so bad.
Jesus Christ!
What? What are you laughing at?
IB tweeted Ranger fans get really excited after drafting Lafreniere, and he's got a picture of this girl running into a room. I can't even say it. He's got a picture of this girl running into a room, and there's a thing that falls on top of her. I can see you doing that. Holy crap.
Listen, I love Bob. Bob's an Islander fan. His team's never going to win again.
Oh, that's great.
Wow. Was not expecting that whatsoever.
What did he take?
He only won a
I
bronze.
said that. I said Holtz. Because again, I mean, if you look at where their needs are, they don't really have any kind of like elite wingers coming up. That's I mean, that's
You know
fine.
why they don't have any elite wingers?
Why is that?
Because they took Pavel Zacha.
That's true.
What a disgrace that was. Over Provorov and Rantanen.
Well, Rantanen was a little later in that draft. Why is DraftKings not paying me?
No, it wasn't. He was a pick out the Provorov.
No.
I love how you can't get a correct pronunciation for anybody's name. So Bob McKenzie just said Heishier, and then Button just said Hischer.
Why is DraftKings not paying me yet? Oh, that's right. I wasn't in on it.
What?
I wasn't in on the bet. I was wondering why DraftKings wasn't paying me. My buddy didn't tell me.
Michael.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
For what?
I'll tell him what was going on. I expected better.
There you go, Brian T. It's a perfect question for you that just got asked.
How long has the rebuild taken hockey? Last I checked, about 2.5 years.
Right.
I mean, it just remember you're drafting 18-year-olds, so I mean, it's if you do it right, 4 to 5 years. If you do it right.
Wow. Flyers are trading up.
To what?
Right here. To 8 with the Sabres.
Sure.
Just kidding.
I mean, I have many Twitter alerts. I would have gotten that before you.
Brian.
Or at least simultaneously.
You got to ruin everything.
I don't get excited anymore about the Flyers.
Why not? Let's talk about that.
Why what?
Why wouldn't you get excited? What's wrong with it?
Because until they get an actual scorer, maybe.
They have some in the system coming up, but it's not going to be right away. Farabee's going to be able to score 30 goals.
Michael Raffle was scoring more goals than Giroux and Konechny and Fourier, and they're not going to win like that.
Yeah, Frost, Ratcliffe's a big-time scorer. What a year that was.
Mm-hmm.
David and Eichel. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Who was that?
Me.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to fart soon, too, so right now.
Brian, what happens if we have to poop?
Take a break?
I'll take you off camera and then you can come back.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want you to take the camera and the mic to the bathroom. If you
want to go off camera and poop.
I take long poops. That's the only thing. My wife gets mad at me because I take forever to poop.
I think Mike's mad at me.
Why?
I didn't tell him about the Byfield pick. But, I mean,
I love it.
Dude says he doesn't want to bet anymore, so I don't tell him about a bet.
Brian, how long does it take you to poop?
Depends.
What do you think here?
I mean, can you get Jackson help? I mean, come on.
Well, that, but they also what about the goalie?
It could be. But the Russians, I don't know. Buffalo doesn't really take Russians.
Yeah, they're weird. Not the Russians, Buffalo.
Let's analyze this, though.
Yeah.
So, who could take the goaltender? Realistically, he could go to Buffalo. He could. I don't think he'd go to Minnesota. I think that wouldn't make any sense. Not the Jets. Potentially Nashville.
I think any of those teams you can make a case
Casey
for.
Middlestat's a 10.2 C player. Why hasn't Buffalo played him? You know what's funny about that, Costa? Everybody wants to kill the Rangers on the Leos pick, but primarily because Middlestat went next. But he really has not materialized at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one thing for me is why I don't get too mad about that pick is because really nobody after him's really done a whole lot. Like anybody that was in that range,
right?
They tried so hard to get up for Cale Makar, and I know it, and it breaks my heart because I knew the kid was going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Caroline also a good fit for the goaltender. Yes, I would agree with that entirely. Yep. They don't mind obviously they don't mind taking Russians or foreign players generally.
Sveshnikov.
How good is he, man? How good is he?
Very.
Pretty much like my fantasy hockey strategy is kind of get as many Carolina Hurricanes as I can possibly.
I mean, that top line is ridiculous. One of the best top lines in all of hockey.
Aho's a monster.
The Rangers are coming. The Rangers are coming.
I know.
At least I don't have to thank the city, whoever.
Shut up.
Huh.
Jack Quinn, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
Perfetti falling here. I mean, top 5 pick in some mock drafts.
He was the betting favorite at 4.
Wow.
Well, they took Cousins last year, so. See, but this is like, it's high for me. Wouldn't you say? I mean, but the problem, I mean, it's not really a problem, but they took Cousins last year, and then so you have your centers. I get it, but I just think you're leaving really good players. I mean, again, Rossi's fallen. Now Perfetti has fallen. Anton Lundell is a very interesting name at some point in this draft. Steve, the draft analyst, loves Maret Kushnedinov.
Right now, you're saying?
No, generally.
Just as a player?
He's a Ranger fan, obviously, but he liked him potentially for the Rangers at 22 if he fell that far. Like he doesn't know. There's teams that just won't draft Russian players because of the allure of going to play in the KHL, so they just don't spend the picks on them.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to go to a KHL game.
Well, unfortunately, given that it's a global pandemic, Anthony, that's probably not going to happen.
I didn't say right now. I meant like down the road.
I don't know if they like us too much over there.
I don't care. I'm going. They'll like me.
Don't like you. Who's that guy Berman says you look like?
Who?
Who's that guy Berman says you look like?
Ben Rogers or something?
Berman says you look like an actor of some sort. Not Aaron Rodgers.
Ben Bass.
Ben Bass. I just say you're Ben Bass.
I'd rather say I'm Aaron Rodgers.
All right, Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild have been deconstructing, basically. They just added Eric Stahl, or they got rid of Eric Stahl for reasons I don't seem to understand. They signed Matt Zuccarello. That's going to be a horrible disaster for many years to come. In fact, let's bring up their salary cap because it ain't good. It ain't good.
No.
The Ryan Suter deal, the Zach Parise deal is still rearing its ugly head. So let's take a quick look at the Minnesota Wild here. Parise is making $7 million for the next 5 years.
Oh my gosh!
Zuccarello's making
never-ending deal
again. And then you look at Jared Spurgeon's making money. Suter, look at this. Look at the money on the defense, and they suck.
And now you can't pay Dumba.
Jonas Brodin just got a deal. Yeah, Dumba. I mean, Dumba signed. Like I don't know what the rush is to move Dumba right now, but I mean. You're talking $30 million in your defense. They've got almost as much spent in their defense as they do their forwards.
Ugly.
It's bad. And then they just got rid of Alex Daleck's the only goalie there. But a guy to get excited about is Kirill Kaprizov. And I think that once he comes over, that's a big coup for them. He is their top prospect. Costa, I completely agree. This team, I don't know what they're doing. And it's going to be bad.
I got to turn the heat up for my wife.
I don't know what this is. What's that mean?
Who?
What's he talking about?
Fletcher deals?
Winter is coming first.
That's it.
Could someone trade for his rights if no one could offer sheet him? I mean, yeah, you could. Are you talking about? Are you talking about Middlestat?
That is a Game of Thrones reference that Paul just dropped. I want to reference that.
Game of Thrones stinks.
You stink.
Oh, you? I know you're on that. You're on it now too.
Ryan, how far into it are you?
All right, so I watched most of the first season when probably about like 9 months ago, and now I'm rewatching it, and like I'm understanding stuff a lot more now, and now I'm like fully into it. So now I'm not going to stop watching it.
Yo, you want a show to binge on?
Not for a while. Why?
Lost. I love Lost.
I'll get into it eventually. I mean, I've been binging all the classics, so that's on the list.
It's good. You'll ask me a bunch of questions, and I might remember some of the answers.
All right. Like I just did Sopranos. I just did Breaking Bad.
All right, what was the best one?
Out of those two?
Yeah.
It's tough, but I'm going to say Breaking Bad. The Sopranos kind of tailed off like last couple seasons. Like it was really good the first 4 seasons, and the last 2 seasons were good, but just not up to what the first 4 seasons were. Whereas Breaking Bad just kept it going the whole time.
What was better, Game of Thrones or the second overall pick in this draft?
Right now, the second overall pick in the draft.
Wow.
So
I'm texting Chris.
No.
Texting him.
Animaniacs. Telling us Animaniacs coming back on Hulu. It's going to be R-rated.
Yes. I loved that show.
It's going to be awesome.
Watch that. I used to watch Tiny Toons and then that every weekday afternoon.
Tiny Toons. So where do you think they go here? Again, look, Perfetti and Rossi are falling. They're the followers right now.
Probably Perfetti.
I think this is as far as Perfetti falls.
I agree.
I think they got to be excited that he's there.
I'm excited.
Get excited.
Aaron.
Wow.
Oh, there's Rossi. Wow. Well, you figured it had to be one of those two, Perfetti or Rossi.
A lot of people liked him. A lot of people liked him. And again, I mean, listen, centers are important. Centers,
they are.
You build from that out, and you build your wingers last. So
Minnesota does not draft well.
They don't.
And a lot of that had to do with Chuck Fletcher.
That's true. The Winnipeg Jets are up next. Now, they took a defenseman last year, and I know that because the Rangers sent their pick back for him, Ville Heinola.
He's getting a lot of kisses, this guy, during COVID. To be honest with you, I didn't have him super high. He kind of reminds me of like
actually, I forgot they took Boldy last year was a winger too.
Mm-hmm. He reminds me of Granlund a little bit. Goudreau.
So explain to me and the rest of our viewers why the Winnipeg Jets are dangling a 21-year-old winger, a good winger.
Can't sign him. Can't sign him. Listen.
Simple explanation.
I'm going to load it up right now because you can't sign him. And the funny thing is, he's their top 20 under 22. which is insane if you really think about it. But
Oh yeah, I mean
but look at it though. You've got Wheeler, who's 34, signed for 4 more years at 8.25. That was the deal you put yourself in with a no movement clause. Kyle Connor's making 7-1 for another 6 years.
Yeah, Kyle Connor's
There's Line, who's going to be an RFA after the season. Scheifele signed for 4 years. Eller's assigned for 5. Like, you can't have a bunch of $6 million a year players in a salary cap that's flat. So,
and Kyle Connor plays a great two-way game.
I was just gonna say that, Ant.
Josh Morrissey is signed for 8 years at 6.25. Why don't you now? Again, I'm not upset about it. You can't find money for Jacob Trouba because you want to give him $6 million. I'm not even like. I don't even listen. Let's get. I think Trouba's contract by the end was going to be a big problem. But guess what? I'd much rather have him at 8 than Morrissey at 6.25.
No, I'd much rather have Morrissey at 6.25.
Why?
Morrissey's a better player.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not. That's ridiculous.
Brian T, what are you smoking over there?
That's ridiculous. Oh, and don't forget the goaltender is making money too. So they're Brian Little's on IR, but they have $14 million in cap space. I mean, listen, if they want to sign him, it's if they want to pay for him. But they only have 8 forwards signed next year.
And you're going to have to pay Neil Pionk at some point, you would think.
Nah, he sucks.
I'm not a huge. I was, but I'm not a huge Ehlers fan anymore. He's kind of dropped off. Dylan DeMello, when they get him? Lucas Spiza.
Former
pick of the.
Oh my God.
Philadelphia Flyers.
Here's a name.
Scheifele's a monster. Wheeler's a monster.
Oh yeah, but again,
Connor.
I would have paid. See, but they gave Line A bridge, and that's the problem.
Yeah. They had their shot.
Jeff Diamond says Perfetti has to be in Winnipeg if they're shopping Line A. They right now are looking for a center and a defenseman. I think they're going to get one right here, and I think if it's Cole Perfetti, that's a hell of a pick.
Heck yeah!
At this point, I would say. I mean, you're at 10 for a guy who could have easily gone 4th.
I do not feel like going to work tomorrow.
So skip it.
I'm off Thursday. I was off today. I can't complain. I just don't feel like going. He's ugly.
Oh, Mike Barone also won on it.
Oh, Barone was in there on the bet too?
I texted him. I said, you have a DraftKings account? He's like, yeah.
Where did Velarde go?
He got mad at Attar that all these people were winning.
We explained it. Oh, Jesus.
So we left.
You get more chocolate milk, too?
I would love a chocolate milk. I think I'll get one, actually.
I think he's taking a shower, he said.
I mean, because you have to do that during the draft. I mean, look. Look, you want to make Perfetti's 5'11". I mean, he's 177 pounds. I mean, you want to make a size problem? I get it, but
it's overrated size.
It is overrated because you're
different NHL,
especially weight wise, because these guys are kids. I mean, they're going to put weight on.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, Hess, that's why Byfield was always going to go number 2. He's 6'4", 250.
He's already huge. Yeah,
I forgot about Vesalainen.
Right,
another reason to ship off Line.
Yeah. So now here's what's going to get interesting, because all right, so the goalie might go 11, he won't go 12. Could go 13. That would be.
If he went 12.
That would. I would die.
I can't say his name.
Shovel day off?
Yeah, there you go.
You had a shovel day off today, right?
I did. That was pretty good. Oh, my God. The Jets have been around for like 3 years. Come on. Oh, come on, lady. Nobody cares. Oh, sorry. That was rude. I didn't know how to do a cancer. I take that back.
Terrible person, Ant.
I take that back. I thought she was just thanking a whole bunch of people.
This has to be Perfetti. You're shopping line, and
Yes.
Wheeler's 33.
Check out that new hoodie. He's out. Alexi, play the goal song.
There it is.
We bleed blue.
About time.
Good pick.
Yeah. Solid value. Solid value. I think that's a nice pick for them. I really, really do.
Is he Italian?
Is he Italian? Huh?
Oh.
Regile. Oh, must be Italian.
Gile.
Gile.
Cole Perfetti.
Paul said this is boring because the Flyers aren't making a trade because that's the litmus test.
That's a Flyers fan for you. All I read about on Twitter is how come Liney's not a Flyer yet? How come this person's not a Flyer?
Wait, well, hold on. They think Cole Perfetti is Artemi Panarin? I mean, that's not.
That's the comp.
Please.
Wow. Brian
I remember the comp for Cam York last year was Brian Leach.
Yeah, that's right.
That's also ridiculous.
That's basically who he's going to be now.
Oh yeah.
You can trade Sanheim and all them guys for
trade everybody.
Trade a few defensemen for Line A.
Shit.
We got the next Brian Leach coming through the system. Let's go.
My wife just texted me she's hungry, and I ate the last Mickey Mouse popsicle. She's not gonna
Nice.
I'm in trouble.
Ooh. I got a couple of those in the freezer. You can come over and grab one.
What, the Mickey Mouse popsicle?
You're gonna have to answer to Riley. Yes.
Oh. Riley's gonna have to answer to me.
I can't believe she's actually still awake. She's been tired for the last 3 hours.
Kids, man.
Kids, bro.
Well, so to this question, Tom. So Danny Dimes went 6th, and I remember that because I didn't like it. Not that I didn't like Danny Dimes. I didn't like Danny Dimes at 6. Everything has a value. So
I think this is where the draft kind of
goes cuckoo.
Yeah, because I think there was probably a solid top 10, top 9 or 10 here in this draft, and I think this is where you might start to see some surprises. If I had to guess,
all right,
who
commercial break? Brian's taking a pee break. I'll be right back.
Who the Preds take? Me and you, Ant.
All right, let's do it. The show, I mean.
Do it. Anton Lundell.
Okay. I think Brian was secretly hoping that he fell to the Rangers at 22. Ain't going to happen, buddy.
Nope. I don't think so at all.
Oh, God. I hope they blow number 22. Like, blow the pick.
I would be surprised if they made the pick, honestly, because I think they move it.
This Preds pick's going to be interesting. I have a buddy in Nashville who's a big Predators fan. He asked earlier what direction they're going to go, and I have no clue. I'm thinking Pius upside forward. Whoever that may be. Where'd Velarde go? Like, what do you think give me 3 scenarios of where Velarde could be. One of them's got to be pooping.
That's definitely option 1. Number 2 is eating a sleeve of Oreos.
Even though he's on a diet?
Hey, you can cheat here and there.
I thought he would at least do that on the show, though. So I don't know if...
Well, yeah, that's true.
Kind of rule that out. What could 2 be? Grading homework or tests. He's a teacher. He could be doing
That's
that.
right. I forgot. They're back at school, man.
Mm-hmm. He might be showering. I threw that out there earlier.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 3. Still, I'm going to say that's a shower. But like a poop and then a shower. You can't do it in reverse.
That's very true. Very, very true.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Tommy, Larry Brooks from the New York Post said the Rangers will move 22 for 2 second rounders, according to his sources. Now, there's a bunch of teams that are picking high in the second round that have multiple 2s.
It depends who's there, though.
That would definitely make some sense. It depends on if there's somebody there that they love.
Right.
If not, then they trade down.
Down. You sounded Canadian there. They trade down. Huh.
They're saying the goalie
Brian T's back.
Askarov.
Here?
This is where he could start going.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be funny if he goes 12, though. I would laugh.
John Apple, what center do you want to be taking at 22?
13 is a much more acceptable landing spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
John Apple, I like Bork personally. I think he's more of a playmaker type guy. I think that's what they need. I would take Maverick Bork. And I can attest to this, Tom O'Neill, that Larry Brooks says the Rangers might go down for 2 seconds for 22, depending on who's there.
Depends who's there.
Yeah,
Dave Poyle.
I'm thinking Lundell goes here, Brian T. So not making it the 22 guy.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
There it is. Wow.
Who was that guy? He blinked a lot. He was like,
that's nuts.
Very interesting.
You know what? They're like, no one's going to take this guy, so we can get a jersey ready.
You look at these goalies selected in the first round since 2010, right? I mean, outside of Vasilevsky, it's not great.
Samsonov's going to be solid.
Samsonov's good.
And jury's out on Ottinger and
Ottinger and Knight, yeah.
But when does Knight even come up? I mean, you got everybody's compared to Carey Price anymore. But
where'd you find the last sweatshirt? Oh, John, that's from We Bleed Blue. Love those guys. Look up We Bleed Blue. They have a lot of custom stuff. They're fantastic. I can't say enough good stuff about those guys.
Lame. I was busting on your shirt.
My what?
Your whatever. Your sweatshirt.
Your sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You need the Kako shirt that Willie owns.
Kako.
He's a big Ranger fan. That's why.
Closet Rangers fan.
Who's crushed here now? I mean, I think Carolina aren't very happy at all.
Correct.
Yeah, right. They're probably going to get another monster high upside forward now.
Edmonton needs to go defense. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, they've been drafting defense for like forever after those first couple.
But the problem is like So here's where you could see a run of centers.
He is a beast.
What's interesting though is it's funny. Like you're seeing just a lot more Russian goaltending now in the league. I mean, you look at our own division, the Islanders and the Rangers, Tampa Bay, obviously. Now him, yeah,
that dude. I'm playing on my screen thing.
And you think the Flyers make that pick at 23, or are they moving it?
I think it's looking increasingly likely that they make the pick, especially if Reichel's still there. Even I know they don't necessarily need a
John,
center,
I'm a bit of a
Jarvis.
I don't mind that stuff. I gotta buy the authentics. I send them out to Illinois to get lettered. I found exclusivepro.com. They've done some phenomenal work for me. I just the littlest things, like, and you can ask the guys. You go to games, I can pick them out. It's just like, that's wrong. Typing's wrong. Logo's wrong.
It's quite annoying, actually.
I know. Probably. I would totally understand why it would be.
Let them wear their raggedy old fake. I don't know, Dan Carcillo jersey.
Yeah. What about the Czech kid?
Who?
Misak?
I don't know a ton about him, to be honest. But I like Seth Jarvis quite a lot.
That'd be great if he would fall. If he
I
fought
want
out.
Reichel.
I think this could be Lundell.
I could see that. He and Barkov down the middle.
Barkov's the best player nobody knows about.
No, 100%. Because he plays in Florida. Or for the Panthers.
I think Florida's attendance is up with the pandemic.
What did you say?
I said what I said.
What did you say?
So I think Florida's attendance is up.
Nobody goes to Florida games, is what he said.
I didn't hear what you said.
I saw some idiot at the Garden wearing a jersey of number 18, and the back of it said Doobie-Stahl, referring to Dubinsky and Mark Stahl, because I guess he couldn't figure out which jersey he wanted, so it said Doobie-Stahl, which was
I hope he's watching the show right now. And
I hope he is, and if he is, I would consider walking into traffic. That was a horrible idea.
Dubastol.
So stupid.
How funny would it be in like 10 years?
Oh, but the best is when the Ranger fans bought the fake Winter Classic jerseys from 2012 and a design they didn't even use. The Asians knocked it off of a design.
What if there's a guy in 10 years and his name's Dubastol and his number is 18?
I mean, that seems like a low probability of that.
Yeah, but what if it happens? That'd be great.
I mean, what if a lot of things happen?
Another Italian guy.
I'm going to say Dawson Mercer here.
A little high. I would take Lundell over Mercer.
I agree.
Yep. Good call.
As soon as he said Helsinki.
Oh, yeah.
The Finn.
This makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Just makes sense. I don't think any team's gotten screwed more than Carolina right now. I really believe that. Dude, the Finns are pumping out some players, though. Laine, Kakko, Heiskanen.
Oh, yeah.
What's a stupid name up in Montreal? I can't think of it right now.
Kakaniemi?
Yeah. So, this is a great story. So, Carolina got a first-round pick from Toronto for taking on Patrick Marleau's contract. So, when I tell you, Flyers fans, that you could to trade 23 to get rid of JVR, it might not be enough. Because that's a long-term deal.
Yep.
So, just remember.
Well, I mean, you saw
he's so bad.
The Rangers somehow get rid of
yes.
Contract,
Mark Stahl.
right?
Yeah, that was 1 year left on that.
1 year left. And what pick did the Rangers give up? A 2.
Future 2. 2021 2. It's not even this 2. A next year 2. Because this year's 2 went for Fox.
So it could be for the Flyers to get rid of JVR's contract, it's going to take 23 plus.
I think so.
Probably another first.
Nah, I think a 1 and a 2 maybe take it. Maybe, and if you withhold some money, I think a 1 and 2 gets it done.
Right. Okay. So if you withhold money, a 1 and a 2.
What a disaster of a signing.
Said it when it happened.
Somebody said on Twitter, though, they were like, yeah, but JVR's pretty consistently a 20 to 30 goal guy. Well, I give up on that because he had one bad playoff.
Anthony Pompo, probably not, bud. I don't. That's probably not going to happen. I'll take it though. It's not going to happen, bud. Thanks
You
for
might
watching.
want to win a cup though, another cup.
If I'm Henrik Lundqvist, I do not go to Washington. I find my way to go to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what, Colorado's going to get Braden Holtby. I would totally do that if I were. I would, no question about it. That's their biggest hole, and they have to get to the floor. They're below the floor. How nuts is that?
That's crazy.
It is, isn't it?
But you know what? All those guys are going to come up at the same time, right around the same time. It's a good. It's a good problem to have, but
still got Bowen Byram hasn't played yet.
Yep.
They have drafted phenomenally.
They did. Well, they also were the beneficiaries of that Duchesne trade. I mean, they did well.
Very, very true.
John Apple, why do you think Lundqvist didn't move his no movement clause even though he still wanted to play? Like, I think some team would have given a 7th round pick. Probably because he wanted to pick where he wanted to go. And I think he gets his $5.5 million. He can go decide what he wants. So I don't think anybody really wanted to trade for him, frankly. Even if the Rangers
it's going to be him and Shabbat for a while. Sanderson.
Yeah, so actually Ottawa went back to their old logo, by the way, which was significantly better than the one they've been using lately anyway, who I thought looked like Mark Messier. So yeah, Carolina gets this pick from Toronto in exchange for taking on Patrick Marleau's $6.5 million and then buying him out. The Yahoo mock had him taking Jack Quinn. Steve's mock. Steve's is a 300-page document. Steve is the man. I can't say enough good things about Steve. I can't pronounce his last name. Kurnianos?
You don't talk about me like that.
Listen, you brought up Finnish players. 2 of the best are right here in Carolina. Aho and Teravainen.
So in his mock it was Jack Quinn. So he obviously
that can't happen.
No. Yeah, I mean, I could this be a spot for Mercer or a Jarvis, guys who can play both inside and out?
Could they possibly move out of this pick?
Carolina?
Now that Askarov's gone?
It could be Gould or Schneider. To the defenseman.
Well, remember, Carolina sent their pick to the Rangers for Brady Shea and then got this pick.
Try to replace Fox. Never mind.
Man, if the Rangers ended up with Hendricks Lapierre, I'd take that too. We'll see what they do.
That'd be an absolute steal.
They might take Reichel here. Imagine him with Aho. They still have Nikas.
Yep.
Teravainen really came on strong. There you go, Brian T.
All right.
You can't even see. What was that? What kind of phone is that? It's just
wow. I guess you could use some better Wi-Fi, huh?
Pixel. Yeah, it's terrible.
Probably an Android.
Are we penciling in a defenseman for Edmonton again?
Man, I mean, here's the problem, right? They got to reach down for one now.
I
don't like
it. Schneider's okay. I think this is about the right time for Schneider.
For Gould.
Wow. I mean,
and Gould, like you said, Ant, Gould is a little early, but not crazy.
No. Anybody after like 5 is a crapshoot.
Tom O'Neill, safe to say Rangers are going to improve. Flyers have the ability to make some moves to improve. Butch Gordon and the Isle fans swear up and down they're going to win the division by not changing the roster. How Long Island typical is that? Listen, the Islanders had the oldest team in the restart. So you can say whatever you want to, but you want to talk about a team with cap problems? We aren't going to talk about them because they're not they have nobody to talk about because they don't have a pick. They're traded for Pajot. But, I mean, they got problems. They got problems.
More problems than a one-legged man in a race.
Edric Lapierre had 3 concussions the last 10 months.
Oof.
That's going to scare some teams off.
He's got the chronic migraine syndrome like Patrick.
Sure. Imagine if we took Cal McCarr instead of fucking Nolan Patrick.
Oh.
Or Heiskanen.
Or Heiskanen even, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Pedersen.
Or Pedersen, who went 5 that year. If you redraft those 5, those 5, it's flipped. It's almost exactly flipped. Almost exactly flipped.
Yeah. Well, Hischier goes before Patrick.
Yeah. So I think 3, 4, and 5 are 1, 2, and 3.
Correct.
Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers lost, and they cost me money. These bunch of. But thankfully, Quentin Byfield won me some of that money back. Look at that. They're so good. And they're young too. And Teravainen was a guy that they got for nothing too.
Did they give Edmonton a sniper here?
All right.
Did they give McDavid somebody to, sniper on his wing? Or Draisaitl? Where'd Velarde go?
Just receiving some word here, guys, just locally, that in Atlantic City, the Continental and Budokan are closed, period.
Oh, who cares?
So not reopening.
That has completely not affected my life whatsoever.
No, I just saw the news. We're local guys from South Jersey, so.
Don't tell anybody where I live.
You give me to post your address?
I'm just kidding. All right, what do you think about this, Brian T? Habermal is asking you, how many people do you think will watch the draft tonight? Does it hit 1 million?
Maybe. Are we counting Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah. Absolutely.
Counting every country. Sweden, Finland, Denmark.
Global, baby.
Denmark they're coming on strong in hockey. Right, Hess? Connor McDizzy.
It's a pretty cool draft board you got there, bud. Wow. It's nice.
What are you talking about?
No, the people on TV. All right, Edmonton. What do we think? You think it's a defenseman, or do you think they actually just continue to just draft forwards for the hell of it? Yahoo like Connor Zary here.
I think they're going to take a winger.
Steve like Daskarov.
How many centers are they going to take? How many centers can they have in the roster?
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to take a flyer on
I agree, Tom.
Something's telling me Dylan Holloway. He's going to play wing.
I'm gonna say Schneider. I think they go defense.
I have a feeling somebody like a Konechny type player is going to fall to the Flyers at 23. Like one of those guys that were 13, 14, 15 range.
I mean, possible. I think if they go forward, it's possibly Dylan Holloway.
You think Amarov might fall?
I think it's Holloway.
Based on the fact that he's Russian and the KHL thing, as you brought up earlier.
I do.
Kaler Yamamoto. I forgot they took Bouchard.
Right. Plus Pugliarvi still somewhere in the system.
There it is. That's what I said.
Wow.
How did we know before then? Where the hell are they at? Bragg Creek. They have a super plain house.
They must be really delayed.
Well, their house is mad plain.
They need the money.
Wow. Wisconsin's stacked.
Yeah, they are.
Shit.
Okay, Andre.
Oh, Cole Caulfield, yeah. Should be a flyer.
Anthony Pompa, do you see Luke Tuck going in the first round? I do not. I do not. He's not a first round pick.
I think it's certainly possible.
I don't think so.
Big pick coming up for the Leafs. All right.
I think Luke Tuck's a day 2 guy. I don't think he sneaks up.
Agreed.
I'm going to say he does go against the green. That's how I shave.
The green. That sounds painful.
Shave against the green.
Ugh.
Baby.
Baby.
Yeah, sounds painful.
I just saw it's hilarious. Brian T, when'd you get a picture with Gronk?
That doesn't look like me. Not everybody with glasses looks like me. All right. This was given to Toronto after they traded their pick to Carolina from Pittsburgh in the Kasperi-Kapanen trade. They have a lot of guys that are making a lot of money, and the results have been less than they would like them to be. They haven't won a playoff series. Haven't even won a playoff series. They haven't won a qualifying round series. So, Steve thought they were taking Holloway, and Yahoo thought they were taking Braden Schneider. Now, it's true that I think they do need to keep addressing their defense because their forwards are finalists. They intend to trade their forwards. However, they got Liljegren still coming. So it's not as if they don't have help on the way. Yeah, NBCSN's not doing a very good job. So we're glad to be keeping you guys company because I think they're yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But the problem, guys, with the Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm going to show you here in a second, is they have a lot of bucks tied up in just a few.
Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Nylander, Kapanen.
There are 3 guys making over $10 million.
Holy shnikes.
So
that's from Tommy Boy.
I think I don't know who you move. You're not moving Matthews. I mean, maybe the Tavares signing was not a good idea.
It was actually a horrible idea.
I mean, when it doesn't result in success, yeah.
Yeah, Monday morning quarterback.
It's an absolute failure.
Wow, Morgan Riley's 26 already. Wow. I would not have guessed that.
Riley's a stud.
He is, but that's
Sanders going to be good, and so is.
I thought he was a lot younger,
and so is Liljegren. The defense isn't terrible.
Well, they just lost Tyson Barrie, who I like. He'll be an interesting.
Right. He didn't really fit.
He'll be an interesting
free fit there. When I was born.
Toronto probably wouldn't mind taking the Russian winger, but I don't think that that's the way they should go.
Yeah, let him go to the KHL for a couple of years.
Although I mean, there's still centers I like here. I like Brendan Brisson. I like Maverick Bourque. The Rangers are going to have somebody to pick here.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Dawson Mercer still hasn't been taken. I mean, he probably will be before they get taken. They get picked.
I mean, if the Rangers hold on to 22, if the Rangers hold on to 22, I mean, is there a guy that you foresee them being that could be their center, their second line center?
I like Kuznetsov. I like Bourque. I like Brisson. And the Rangers have always had a very good relationship with Pat Brisson, who was an agent. So it's been a family with money. Hey, Mitch Marner.
Wow. That's a phenomenal pick.
There you go. Yep.
That's a phenomenal pick.
Makes a lot of sense.
Centers they have. Centers they have, obviously. It is a surprise pick, Xavier. I agree. It's a touch on the higher end, but nothing too crazy.
When are we going to be able to go back to hockey games?
When they have them.
New York, probably never.
Yeah.
Philly, maybe. Nashville, probably as soon as they start.
Nobody goes there.
Vegas, as soon as they start, probably.
That's a goal on Spencer Knight.
Brian T. Don't talk about Spencer Knight like that.
Yeah, he did score on him. I watched him score.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault. There was nobody out in front. No help.
Well, then he better get used to it.
That's true. Who do the Habs go with?
I just want to reiterate, because I said this at the time.
Oh,
how stupid is Montreal for making the playoffs?
Well, stupid.
Hey, they gave the Flyers a run. They played them very tough.
Well, the Flyers.
John Apple, what thoughts on Strome?
Where would they have been picking if they lost to Pittsburgh?
John, I agree with you. Hedl is the guy that I want to see take on that role, and I'm okay to let him grow into it. I'm not giving Strome long-term money, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually may just walk away from him. They may not even tender him because they have bonus money coming in from all these young players. They have to account for in their cap. At some point, I mean, again, it's a missed opportunity not traded him, but it is what it is. I think I got one pick in the draft, so I'm not going to be too upset about it. If Strome walks for nothing, they got him for nothing. So is it ideal? No, but I live with it. Great question, Tom. I have no idea no clue. I've never heard of that in my life. Timeout draft.
What the heck? Timeout.
They offered Edmonton a timeout. I don't know why. Maybe it was a commercial
Come
break.
on. What a chick.
We were just talking about this.
This person goes, I hope Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes, and Jack Quinn play together someday. I thought it was funny. Fuck you if you didn't laugh. Yo, Hess.
Yo.
Delta's a Category 4 right now.
Yeah, my cousin actually lives in Cozumel 6 months out of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they're right in line, like, with this storm. And yeah, it's not good. It's actually like I'm looking at the track. It's actually going to go just north of there, so they might be spared the brunt of the storm. But
That's what I mean.
Listen
Yeah,
to
we're
this.
going to get
I
great.
don't know I don't know where Tom's getting the info from. Buddy says, as far as the game attendance, Jimmy Dolan's expecting the state to compensate MSG for discounted capacity restrictions.
Wow.
New York doesn't have that much money.
Well, that's Dolan for you.
Yep,
Cheap bastard.
worst owner in sports.
Oh, gosh. Complete loser.
Sorry, I just let the bug fly right in my face.
So this is the halfway point of the first round. Montreal at 16. Just traded Matt Domi, so I mean, long term there might be a need for a center. In case you're curious,
Very true.
The Storm sweeps the Aces in the WNBA Finals, which nobody watched.
Who?
Yeah.
Huh? I think this is a defenseman.
I don't know.
Brian. I'm just hoping Reichel falls to the Flyers. Not to be confused with Kirby Reichel.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a defenseman. I just don't know which one. Here we go. Aha. Told you.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if that other guy's still on delay.
Yes, he found out.
They're just sitting there like,
is Mike coming back?
he fell asleep. He's an old man. Actually, I'm getting sleepy. I'm waiting for the Flyers pick, though. Brian, what's your plan if I jump off after the Flyers?
I mean, I'll just have to. I'm going to bring it home with Hess.
Okay. I don't know Hess's plan. I know his game plan.
I always refer to Hess as the Iron Man in the sports box.
He is.
John Apple. Yes, we do have a podcast. We are the Sports Box. I know you're watching us on YouTube, which we appreciate, but check us out on Facebook at Sports Box Show. We have over 12,500 followers to our network, growing exponentially.
I will say this.
Absolutely.
Let me just say this though. I don't want to get John's hopes up only because I'm the best that we have and I'm not on that often. But with that being said, it's still a good show. You'll enjoy it.
We have shows throughout the week, varying topics all over the place. Yeah, it's at Sportsbox Show on Facebook. You'll see our logo. So absolutely, check us out. We appreciate it. We appreciate the kind words as well.
And are you doing Green Room tomorrow?
You read my mind, took the words right out of my mouth. I don't know. I got to see what time I got to work.
All right, just so I know.
The other finance manager is on vacation this week, but they brought in a temp to help me out, which is cool. So it just depends how the cookie crumbles tomorrow.
All right.
When you come to get a car?
My Camry is running just fine, sir.
He just came into a couple dollars tonight.
I did. I just basically paid for this laptop that I'm on.
Down payment.
And
there's Dak Prescott commercial. Jury is monitoring his sleep. Are we watching the same draft podcast or show?
Yeah, I'm just slightly delayed because I have
shitty cable.
I have DirecTV, so there's a little bit of a delay. It's not shitty cable; it's just slightly delayed.
AKA shitty cable.
Yeah,
better than yours.
Shitty cable. I've been right about most of my picks tonight, by the way.
There, your own point, Ant.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm like a ballpoint pen.
Speaking of on point, the on
Oh,
point
yeah,
show, 7 o'clock Thursday nights.
There you go. Who's on that?
No.
Yeah, he's getting it.
Who's on
Let
point?
somebody else do it.
I thought it was on the mark.
No, it's on point.
Unnecessary roughness show.
I thought that was on sportsmanlike conduct.
It is.
Wait, I was right?
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Mitch Williams guest of the show last night.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mitchy Poo.
He had a lot of nice things. He had a lot of great things to say about the commissioner of baseball.
Did they bring up Lenny Dykstra at all? Because I missed the show.
I don't think so. I just want to show this. So I came across this. Oh, hold on. I mean, what are you doing?
Aaron Andrews and Manfred.
What are you doing?
Getting a little close with that bat there.
That was not unintentional.
The Chicago Blackhawks.
Correct.
The Chicago Blackhawks, I love the way that they draft. I love how they accumulate talent. They picked up Adam Nylander from Buffalo in a steal of a trade. I love Doc. I love DeBrincat. I love Bachvist. I mean, I'll tell you this. This needs to be a forward because their defensive cupboard is so stacked.
Did they take Bothus?
Yeah. This could be LaPierre.
Oh,
there he is.
Hey, welcome back.
Michael.
Hey, Catnap. Bodine, I forgot they took him.
What?
Dude, where were you? What'd you do? Shit in the shower?
Let's see what's
Having
better.
sex?
I fell asleep.
No, you didn't. You
Having
shit
sex?
in the shower.
I'm
Are
old.
you having sex with yourself in the shower?
I'm old.
That's definitely more likely.
Yeah. That is what it is.
All right, now that Mike's back, I can take a little
What did I miss?
Not a whole lot.
little break ski.
Has taken a break. All right.
What's
You
his
gonna
name?
be back for pick 22, 23?
I ain't staying on that long.
Of course.
Dude, it's 6 picks.
I'll miss maybe two. Maybe
You just
2
missed
picks.
16 of them.
I missed one last time.
There
Nothing.
you go.
No movement.
A joke.
Blackhawks.
Yeah.
As soon as Chicago picks, I'll take a break.
I am surprised that there has been no trading. And maybe I should have known that from the NFL draft.
What?
There were really no trades in that in the draft.
This is not as exciting as I thought in terms of trades. Stan Bowman's a legend.
Fuck.
Who is that? Oh. What does that have anything to do with it?
So I'm going to make the pick, I guess. This is interesting, kids.
They always do this every time. Every time.
Oh, there he goes, man.
Every time I want
I
the
hate
Flyers
Chicago.
to take somebody, the Blackhawks take them. Every year. DeBrincat. I mean, granted, we had our chance at DeBrincat. A couple years before that, Teravainen. Then now Reichel every single year.
There's quite a few Germans going on.
Not to mention 2010.
This kid is a
hate Chicago.
sniper. Watch this kid's shot.
Ugh.
Gosh,
Well,
damn it. Watch his shot. They're not really showing a shot right now.
I mean, listen, it's not. Like I said, I am not at all surprised that they decided to go with a forward because their defense is so stacked.
That pisses me off, Brian T.
I mean, he went 8-17. I mean, move up. Look, there you go. There's Tom's thoughts for you, Ant. Ant. I bought my wife the tiniest violin one year as a gag gift.
Did you? Did she use it?
It's like the little tiny.
Does she use it on you when you're upset?
No. Couldn't care less.
You're never upset.
I'm really not.
I'm going to be upset if Dawson Mercer fell. There's a lot of.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if they look at like a guy like Noel Gunler. The Flyers, that is.
Yeah. The Swedish dude.
Yeah.
I like him.
The thing about the Flyers is like they're not going to go center. So
they're not going to go center. They're most likely not going defense.
Probably not going with a goaltender.
Seattle Storm will be NBA champs.
Yeah, nobody watched that. We have more viewers than that.
I don't know. Brianna Stewart's hot.
If Zary Bork LaPierre is on the board at 22, will they take them or trade back? I mean, I think Bork's a perfect fit. I think if Bork's there, he's got to be the pick. And don't be surprised if they look at a guy, like I said, Marat Kushnedinov, the Russian. I think he'd be really, really interesting for the Rangers. I would take a look at that.
Yo, Velarde. That was Gio.
It's good.
What's he doing? Sleeping?
Yeah.
What a beast.
Sleeping with me.
What's that?
I fell asleep at the same time he did. I went upstairs to watch the draft because I fell asleep on the bed.
Wow, you're old, dude.
What's,
are you 40 yet?
What?
When are you 40?
January.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm done. Life's over. Yep. What's Gavin doing?
Sleeping.
Fighting people?
Nah, just sleeping. He's waiting for Paul McCree to come over so he can bust him up.
Fight him?
He would take Paul McCree down.
Oh, yeah. Hard.
Hess, what do you think?
He's not on right now.
Hess? Where's Hess?
Empty chair.
He's in school, man.
All right. So Devils are up again. They have two of the next three picks. They pick at 18 and 20. They sandwich around Calgary at 19.
Yeah.
Don't be doing that to me.
Dude, if you give me Maverick Bork at 22, I'm happy.
Maverick?
I'm happy.
Maybe they'll take Goose.
Is your long-term number 2?
I listen, their centers I like.
See how I did that?
Right around this spot.
See how I did that, Brian?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
It's taking too long. I need to go get some water.
Yeah, I need some too. I just don't want to piss all night.
Pierre Maguire is a weird looking fellow.
He is. He looks like a cartoon character. Greg Button's a little bit.
This is the Taylor Hall pick.
Yes. You think Mercer here?
They keep showing him.
Tizzyberg.
They keep showing him, so you got to imagine.
Yeah, but they don't know shit.
They don't.
Tommy Fitz. Uh-huh. There you go.
Not surprised.
The Saguenines.
Sanguinettis?
Sanguinettis. Do you remember that guy?
I do.
Who did he get taken in front of?
I remember.
Yeah, but say it.
Claude Giroux.
Claude Giroux hasn't won shit, so who cares?
He is not.
Stinks. Hey, what announces us?
Mike likes to just go in and out for some reason. It's all right. They'll be back. They always
Hess probably went to smoke a bogue.
It's possible. Yes. So for me, I personally, I've thought that Maverick Bork was going to be somebody that they look at for a while. I like the fit there. I get the fear on LaPierre,
but the talent is there.
But see, this is the thing, right? Here's my problem. I'm okay if they take either. I always say in the draft, you go for home runs. You go for elite talent that you can't get somewhere else. Hendrix LaPierre could be a top 10 player in a draft. He didn't get a concussion. So that's the part. I don't know that. I mean, I get it, but I'd be fine. Listen, Zari's going to be there. Bork, Brisson. I mean, they're going to have their pick. So I'm okay with the way things are going right now for the Rangers, assuming they stay there. I am personally shocked we're seeing no trades. I am shocked.
I know. It's actually pissing me off. I was actually hoping for a. Oh, I saw your thing pop up. It was just a pick. I was actually hoping for a lot of wheeling and dealing, but I haven't seen anything.
Calgary Flames are up. This is a team that you might see some people move from Calgary. The team has not won. It's had multiple chances, and they could be looking to make some moves there. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they always keep talking about, when is Johnny Gaudreau going to go? When is a guy like Monahan, who 25, I mean, giving up on him, I think would be insane, but I would love him in New York.
They can't pay everybody.
No. Lindholm. I mean, it's not – they have decent deals. It's just Kachuk's going to require a lot of money.
It's really that first line. After that, they have nothing. Really, it's a shame Sam Bennett never materialized.
Yep.
Mark Jankowski never materialized. Why is Zach Ronaldo on there?
I have no idea.
That's terrible. I mean, Monahan, obviously, Kachuk and Gaudreau. Gaudreau were phenomenal picks.
If they end up with LaPierre, I'm okay with it. I really am. I shoot for the stars here. This is Brady Shea. The fact that they got anything for Brady Shea is a miracle.
Correct.
They got the money off the books and the pick. I'll take a shot at LaPierre if he's there.
Not to mention he was the 30th overall pick.
You are right, Tom. 28th, I think.
Or 28th overall pick?
Shea? Yeah.
Or 29, something like that. But my point was, it still stands.
Yep.
They still pick higher than what he was drafted. I have no idea who this could be.
They got a lot of needs.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Schneider. Giordano's getting old.
Yeah, he is. The Rangers are trading up.
To here?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Wow. For who?
22 and 72. The Rangers are moving up.
Yeah, but for who? Who do you think? LaPierre? Has to be. I mean, that's a guy who can play next year for you.
This is going to be interesting. Who are they going up for? Are they going up for LaPierre?
I think so. Absolutely. Talk about a top 15 player. I mean, it couldn't have fallen any better.
We have breaking news here on the Sports Box.
Uh-oh. Good for Gordon for being ballsy and moving up. You got to have a humongous set of balls, dude.
All right. Who we going for? Who we going for? Get me excited.
It has to be LaPierre. Has to be. But I'm also thinking, was it somebody maybe the Devils would have wanted?
Well, good. Screw him.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it's like for Schneider, I don't really love a defenseman there for you guys.
So here come the Ranger fans. Here come the Ranger fans. JD and Gordon are gods. Costa saying no, not Hendricks. Guy's injury prone. Devils would have taken him at 20, and Chris Fallon thinks we're watching football. So, listen, again, I will stick to my draft strategy. Give me the highest upside guy you're going to get.
Exactly. I like how they're making you wait through the commercial. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Brian T. I don't know if you're going to like this. Here we go. What do you think, Brian T? Somebody's back. There he is. Just in time for the Rangers.
Rangers moving up, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if Brian's going to like it, though.
Who is this for?
I'm not saying.
Who's Brian T think they're moving up for?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Is Connor Zary still on the board? Did I miss the last few picks?
Steve said Rangers and their friggin' defensemen. I don't even know who.
Braden Schneider? Or is he?
Try telling you that.
A righty defenseman?
Yeah.
Told you.
You gotta like the first name, Brian T.
So I said, if you recall, Brian T.
Look at the face.
I
Look at the face.
I said they're moving up in front of New Jersey for somebody specific because they were probably going Schneider, the Devils. That's crazy.
You didn't need a defenseman. Is it a right-handed defenseman?
Weird. But we're going to find out right here on his highlights. Yeah, it looks like it. Yep. You know who else? What other defenseman played for the Brandon Wheat Kings?
But is that a
Ivan Provorov. Sorry to burst your bubble there, Brian T. I knew you weren't going to love it.
right? But I'm saying is if he's a righty defenseman, I mean, where's he going to?
Aren't they very deep
my
on
job
that
to figure it
side?
out.
They're very deep at it.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, that's just a case of, I guess, best player available. They thought, I don't know. I guess they got scared off by Lapierre's injury history.
No, I mean, just.
I mean, he would have slotted in perfectly your 2 or 3C.
That reminds me of the Flyers pick last year. You take a defense when you're loaded on defense. And you could have taken a high upside wing.
Yeah, but York's, I mean, automatically their best defensive prospect by a mile. And you also didn't really know what you had in Myers, and Sanheim's still young. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, they were very highly touted too.
Yeah,
so.
for sure, but you just never know until you see them play.
True.
They still have a long way to go, both of them.
They do. Absolutely, but, you know.
All right, 3 more picks.
See, but here's the thing, guys. For the guys talking about, D'Angelo, this has nothing to do with D'Angelo because Nils Lundqvist is here in a year.
Yep.
And Trouba signed forever, and you're not going to get rid of Adam Fox. So unless you...
Correct.
I mean, a lefty defenseman I can get on board for, but he was a right-handed defenseman. I mean...
I mean, to me, it looks like a second pairing defenseman all day long. It is what it is.
I mean, I don't know who you were jumping up ahead of, though.
The Devils.
I think they were Devils taking defensemen.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is probably their...
They have very little in the way of defensive prospects.
Paul McCree with a baseball update. Yankees down 5-1.
It's okay. They won game 1.
Paul McCree, I cannot believe he's not watching the NHL Draft.
He's watching us.
He is watching.
Oh.
Paul's like, why didn't I bet on this? I'm like, I told you to.
Did your money come through yet, Brian T?
It did not. Did yours?
I'm checking right now.
Not yet. No, still open. I was told that FanDuel paid out though.
Son of a B. Come on.
Oh, I forgot
I don't think you draft defensemen to play in the next 3 years. That's
but all they have is Ty Smith. That's it. You're talking about the Rangers or the Devils?
The Rangers.
Oh yeah, I know. I thought you were making the case for why you didn't think the Devils were taking a D-man.
No, I just again, I've said they still have Anderson in the system. They still have
Here we go.
who's 21. They have a bunch of guys at center. Morgan Barron as well. I just didn't think that if they think Heedle's going to be that guy, then fine. I'm okay with that piece of it. I still would have not gone with the defense. I mean, they're shallow minus after what they have.
I just don't love the player to begin with. I just don't like any of the defensemen other than the top two. This was obviously a forward-heavy draft, which plays well for the Flyers. My God, they acquired pick 20 from Tampa Bay for Blake Coleman. That's sickening.
Pick 20. This was Vancouver's pick. Listen, Tampa won a Stanley Cup. They don't care.
Still hideous. So who won the trade? See, and now they reach for him.
The Devils.
Wow. Yeah, and they reach because they wanted a defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
Good call, Ant.
Stupid. I'm on fire tonight, Hess.
I see that.
I got fire coming to my ass. I'm ready to go. Luka Madolin.
I don't even know this is spelled correctly, but he wasn't on my list because I didn't think he was coming this high.
It's close enough.
Doesn't matter. I'm moving on.
I don't think he's going to care.
This is not good. This is a bad reach.
For the Devils?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I kind of hope he's good, though, because his name's cool.
Steve had him at 67 overall.
Ukama Dolan.
Hey, Luka Madolin.
Steve had him 67 overall, and I don't believe he was in Yahoo's top 2 rounds.
67.
Hey, Mukama, how you doing?
He was not in Yahoo's top 50. So the Devils.
I have him at 35.
Devils,
which is probably
you had him at 35, Hess?
My very, very trusty source, 35.
What are you drinking over there?
I get a little coffee, bro.
Nice. What kind?
Wawa.
K-Cup?
K-Cup, baby.
Nice. We have to make sure that whitest Shakir I've ever seen. That's pretty funny. We have to make sure that Brian T knows about your Wawa K-Cup.
Listen, my at-home coffee, man, is absolutely Wawa. When I'm making my own coffee,
I'm not picky. Yep. No, I'm not.
Somebody else is going to make my coffee for me, or especially ice drinks. Then I'll go Starbucks.
See, I put in a percolator because I get the bags of coffee for like $1.99. Can't get that at Aldi. Brian T. I don't spend more than a
Peasant headquarters.
Dude, I'll get like, I don't know, 30, 40 cups of coffee for $1.99.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah. Brian T. Look, you see what Hess is drinking?
I mean, he's not going to go leave the show to go to Starbucks right now.
His Wawa K-Cup coffee.
He's not.
In case you don't know what's in the cup, it says coffee.
Even if the show wasn't going on.
I'm sure there's probably some alcohol in there.
Hess, would you go all the way right now? Would you go all the way to Starbucks even if the draft wasn't on?
The Rangers are not going to offer sheet Matt Barzal, John, and that's come up a lot. They don't have the money to do it. They don't. So, I mean, I know they would stick it to the Islanders, but the thing is this. Here's the thing for me. Offer sheets are a problem when you have guys that are going to get offer sheets because then your guys become open hunting as well. Kakko's going to get one. Lafreniere is going to get one. All these guys, you've been taking all this, but this accumulation of talent, you're going to set yourself up that they get offer sheets and you might be able to match. So I don't think the Rangers should be going after anybody at this point, personally, with the exception of Anthony Cirelli and Mikhail Sergachev. I would stick it to Tampa about it because Tampa can't come back and bite you.
That's a good point. Where did Velarde go again?
Sleep. He's a bum.
Will he leave his camera on?
He said he's going to watch the Flyers pick, then come back.
He's a bum.
He stinks.
Thanks,
I like him. Domi, I like.
Domi.
Jersey's pick is a guy some had mid-second to late second round. Yeah, I don't like that pick at all.
They reached because the Rangers took their guy.
That's fine.
They were dead set on a
And who
defense.
said that, Brian T? This guy right here.
I get it. I don't, but I didn't think that was a need for the Rangers.
And you know what? And it's a shame because Jersey nailed their first 2 picks.
Mm-hmm. Nailed them. They had a hammer,
Yep.
and they were like,
Two good wings that fell to them. Probably should have went a little earlier. And then you major reach for a defenseman. That's
Paul, if they don't pick at 23, I'm out skis. Unless they pick the 24. Then I'll stay on. Paul, thanks for coming on tonight.
Paulie.
Paul can't pronounce these guys' names. We went over this. He couldn't pronounce Kotkaniemi. He couldn't,
Paul didn't know who.
Paul will be like, I think you guys need to draft people to do structured hockey. And
He didn't know who Lafreniere was. He didn't know who Quinn Byfield was. Paul doesn't know his ass from his elbow.
I don't love the Schneider pick, but it's way better than the Shakir Mukhamadullin pick. I still would have looked at a center. That's surprising.
Columbus drafts well. Oh, I love it. I love this name. Who? They always draft well. I don't know who that is, though.
Who?
They don't have any highlights of him because they weren't expecting him to go. Told you they don't have anything on him.
I didn't even know who they picked up. I didn't catch the name.
I didn't know who it was. Igor Shinnikov. I knew they didn't have anything on him. I never even heard of him.
He's an overager. Wow. No, that's way off. All right.
Columbus usually drafts pretty well.
We're just gonna skip by that.
All right. Anyway, moving on. 2 more picks. Baby.
Let's go.
I need a baby.
Baby!
There we go.
So Calgary, as we were talking about.
I guess it would be the other way. Hold on.
So, Brian Tietard. You know who Anthony Sanfilippo is?
I do.
Brian Tietard.
He's been on the show.
Rangers end up with Lafreniere and LaPierre. It was a tongue twister to say. I had to think about it for a second. It's going to drive broadcasters crazy. But they didn't have to worry about it now. They took a defenseman that'll be playing in 4 or 5 years.
I mean, again, Ryan Kennedy from THN. I do not know who Igor Shinnikov is.
I never heard of him.
That's two interesting picks there.
Yeah, Mukhamadullin and Shinnikov. None of them are in the top.
Hey, you know who that's good for? The Flyers.
Yeah, it's great for the Flyers.
I expect the Flyers to go for a high upside wing, and we'll see if I'm right.
Oh, I hate this commercial where the lady gets tangled up in all the laundry and keeps rolling down the hill.
So LaPierre, Dave, has like 3 concussions in a year, and that's where he's,
That's why they have Advil.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Paul, the first time you support your friends was tonight.
Shots fired.
Should say the next time you support your friends would be the first time.
Shots fired.
Bang, bang.
Jeez, Pete.
How come Paul didn't tell me it's 5-4 Tampa Bay now? Stanton jacked one.
It doesn't fit the agenda, Brian.
It doesn't fit the
That's
agenda.
right.
It all has to come with the agenda.
Stanton 3-run finger.
So Dave Martin says, sounds like a flyer already, referring to the injuries on LaPierre.
Yeah, what happens if that guy falls?
Hess, this is a phenomenal drink. This is great.
Well, that looks
Way
good.
better than what you're drinking. Way better than what you're drinking.
Better than the Wawa K-Cup?
That sewage.
Apparently, I'm not watching the
Zero.
Yankee game because I'm doing this, but apparently
Sewage.
Justin said that had to be a 500-foot home run.
Peasant beverage.
Yeah, can the Yankees? Yeah, real quick, baseball guys, can the Yankees win the World Series? Because if so, I win money.
Yeah.
They
Really
are my
nice.
prediction to win the World Series.
I
They were at the beginning of the season, and they were at the beginning of the playoffs.
Virtual high five.
Just
Virtual
doesn't
high
count,
five.
remember?
I love Coke Zero.
Don't forget, Brian T. doesn't count.
What doesn't count? Oh no, it doesn't count. That's fine. Like I'm not gonna get super excited about it, but it does count for the point of my bet.
Oh, well, yeah.
I
How
will
much is
collect
that?
that $500 and I will thoroughly enjoy it.
Yes.
If I can separate Willie,
What are you going to buy with it?
Something Chris would have wanted.
I could probably buy Willie's car and have $300 back.
There you go.
Jeez.
Great.
Kias are
Brian,
fine vehicles, Brian.
Listen, I have no problem with the Kia. It's not a car I would personally drive. I'm a BMW guy. But having said that, we're in the parking lot of a Chipotle, and he's literally kicking his front bumper, and this woman's looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? Whose car are you kicking? I'm like, no, it's his. And she looks at me like, and I'm in a shirt because I'm at work. I'm in a shirt and tie because I've just been for lunch. And yeah.
That's awesome.
So check this out. So some information on
Not to mention his tires are more bald than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Than him.
information on this guy, the what's it called? The Blue Jackets took. He has 5 goals and 2 assists in 12 games for Omsk in the KHL.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
He's more than I have. So
Well. Wow.
Igor Shinnikov. Yeah, you know what's awesome?
McKenzie just said he wasn't in their top 93.
He wasn't. No.
Wow. Did you say that already?
I told you he wasn't. I'm looking for him. He wasn't even. He was not in my list.
Oh, I didn't know what your
I
list
had a
was.
list of players that I could copy paste the names and then the data into the banner, and he was not there. I just passed right by him.
All right. Let me look at my list and see if he's on my top 40.
Really well, though. I trust.
Nope.
I trust
All right,
Columbus.
so I'll tell you. Okay, so let's talk Flyers.
Yeah, that is true.
Are the Flyers going to go to center?
I
Because
think
that's how
they're
it's
going to be
fall.
forced to.
That or Gunler.
I like Gunler.
If Paul McCree's watching, Paul, who do you think the Flyers take? And have you watched any tape on him?
No.
Gunler is the best
Flames have
wing.
traded again. Whoa. Got another trade.
Again? Jesus.
Oh, somebody's got to be moving up for LaPierre, which I would be okay with because that means if not, the Flyers kind of have to take him.
Washington, 24 and 80.
Wow.
Maybe
What are
they're
they
jumping in
doing?
front of the Flyers for somebody.
Huh?
I have to pee so bad, but it's not worth it to go yet.
Well, now the Capitals will be on the clock.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we understand, Batman. Get on with it. Stupid. Has you work tomorrow?
Negative.
Nice. Lucky
Tuesday, Wednesday off are my days off. So don't worry. When most people are off the weekends, I'm busting my ass.
That's true. I have off Sundays.
You get 1 day off?
Oh no, I get a weekday off. Thursday, Sunday.
Do you like having the split days?
Did I doing the what?
Do you like having split days off?
I love it because I work for 3 days and I'm off. Then I work 2 days and I'm off. It's like it's not 5 days in a row. I would hate that.
True. I mean, because a couple people at my job have split days like that, and they love it. And I'm like, how do you go like 1 day off and then back to work? Like, I don't know.
I love it because it breaks up the week.
Okay.
Like I think 2 days off in a row to just go by like that.
Now here's
Here's
what's interesting.
All right, back to hockey.
The Athletic grades the Capitals under 22 system as the 31st in the NHL, and there are 31 teams in the NHL.
I don't think their system.
How's Pittsburgh not last?
Pittsburgh's 30.
They made a first round pick, and okay.
Yeah, they haven't made a first round pick.
So the Flames went down from 18 to 24 and picked up 72 and 80. You can't hate that. You can't hate that.
No, especially with the talents on the board. I think the defenseman went, and they were like, "Fuck it, just keep moving back."
Yep, which is what Jersey should have done.
Instead of taking Muka Madula, he's a Mama Luke. Where the fuck is Velarde? Speaking of Mama Lukes.
So he's waiting for the Flyers pick, apparently. Like, I think I want to watch it.
Top available wings: Noah Gunler, John Jason Peterka, and Jan Misak.
So Jason Martinez, who was on the
asking in the watch party, is Anthony is Line A Flyer yet?
Well, if they Jason Martinez, who was on the show, Brian T, said that he hopes it's LaPierre at 23.
Yeah, let's take another center with head issues.
Yeah, right. It went well the first time.
I mean, I get the talent level, but I mean, 3 concussions in 10 months, like, dude, that's scary.
It is.
Okay, here we go.
I hope the Capitals take him right now.
There's some thought this might be up for the Russian, for Kuznetsov.
Thank you.
Damn it. That pisses me off so bad. Why saying thank you, Hess? We're going to have to play against him for the next decade.
He'll play 40 games a year.
Nah. He'll be a stud watch. He'll be the 2C in a couple years. After Backstrom's gone, it'll be him and Kuznetsov.
Again, it's talent's undeniable.
I'm really pissed off about that. I want him.
Listen, Sandhound just got to give him a little forearm shot when he comes across the middle, and he's fucking done.
See that? Why do you got?
He reminds me a lot of. I know he's the center, but reminds me a little bit of Konechny.
All right, Flyers on the clock, boys.
Anybody wearing Mike Richards 18?
I had that jersey though, stuffed away somewhere.
Phil Carr.
Actually, I may have sold it.
He's like, all right, 1-8. I'm like, it's 18, bro. It doesn't say 1-8.
I may have sold it at the Berlin auction for like $1.
You made out.
Look at this.
There you go. All right. You guys are up.
Here we go.
Have at it.
I do not want Pietrangelo, Paul.
Nah, neither do I. I'll take line A. That ain't happening.
Well, listen, Brandon Summerman, who we all
real quick.
a couple of us follow. Go ahead, Brian.
You don't trade for Pietrangelo. He's a free agent.
Correct.
True. You trade for his negotiation rights, right?
Ken.
Like I was saying. What was I saying?
I guess Perot or Gumler.
I love Dave Martin's excitement here.
Oh, Brandon Summerman said, this is considered kind of a weaker draft, whereas next year is comparable to last year's draft with the depth. So if they were to make a trade for Line and they trade a first round pick, it might be next year's. Doesn't necessarily have to be this year's. If a first round pick is part of the deal.
That's a good point. Huh. I'm ready. Let's go.
Show me 23 and a second and JVR. Trade it away.
I'll do that.
Because there's nobody left that excites me.
And if you could hang on for about 5 minutes after the Flyers pick, my wife's asking for my help with something. I don't want to leave Pets flying solo.
Sounds good.
Okay.
What do you need to do?
Take something out for the trash because tomorrow is unlimited curb pickup for bulky trash.
Nice.
Trash day is a very dangerous day.
It's a very dangerous day.
Rocco's Modern Life for whoever doesn't know. They need to bring that show back too with Animaniacs.
Yeah. I've been watching so much Blue's Clues lately,
dude.
Because of my son.
I miss. I don't like this new guy. What happened to Steve?
Oh, he's been long gone.
I know.
Steve was the GOAT. This guy's all right. His hair bugs me though. It goes over his ears.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, tuck that shit behind your ear. Come on. Why does this take so long? Brian, you better hurry up with that trash too, because this dude's got to pee. Brian T.
Well, Velarde will be back too. Apparently.
I have to pee so bad I can taste it.
Let's go pee.
Trade the pick.
I'm watching the pick. I heard the Flyers are trading for Quinn Byfield.
Yeah.
I would. I'd be Donald Duck in that picture.
Thank you, John. John, follow us on Facebook, brother. We appreciate it. Join the 12,500. There you go. And
5-hour energy bottle. I think they're too small. I gotta go. I need one of those life waters that are like, high.
I have confirmation. Rangers believe Devils were going to take Schneider at 20.
Oh, no shit. I said that an hour ago.
Baby.
One for the good guys.
All right, Chuck.
Sweet mustache. Fletcher looks older with his haircut. Really?
Huh?
Henrik's going to be a Capital and by the weekend, it looks like.
All right. A little
I'll
bit of
take
a
it.
reach, but
I'll take it. I don't know a ton about him. Guess I'll find out.
6'1", 194.
I could see that.
Oh, yeah, it's on the TV. Hello. Bleh. 36 goals and 44 assists in
I said they were
62
going to
games.
they were going to take a winger.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was right. All right. I'll let you all speak about this. I'll be back.
Oh hey, it's us again.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the guy, I'm looking at his stats because I don't know a lot about him either. Say 80 points in 62 games. In his under 16 league a couple years ago, 61 points in 34 games.
Okay. I'm well, let me hear what he says.
That pick sucked.
Mike,
Stupid shit.
who'd you want?
Whatever.
Tyson Forster, TF, the fuck, which is what Velarde said.
Great. Everybody else is getting compared to Pasternak. We get compared to Corey Perry. Go fucking figure.
Perry was a stud with the Ducks.
Yeah, he good. Corey Perry stinks right now.
Yeah, but we're not drafting him for,
Of course, Ryan Leaf's required.
Picking in the 20s because we're good now. I mean, you ain't going to get studs.
Well, if the Capitals didn't jump, I wonder if they would have taken that guy.
I wish.
He might have.
One of them, I didn't. I was afraid of the injuries, but
Reminds me of JVR a little bit. Like the good
Great.
JVR.
Yeah, that worked out well. JVR.
Like the same type of shot.
Great. Once again, Flyers want to go for that big tough guy.
right.
When the
That's what
NHL now is all about
Speed.
fast and speed skaters. Nah. This is why I just can't.
He's got a nose for the net.
Great. Yeah.
That means once in a while when he gets knocked over.
Where's Brian T?
Taking out the trash.
During the Flyers pick?
Right? As soon as the Flyers were done.
Mary Sue was yelling at him.
Yeah. He had to do his chores.
Yep.
During the NHL show.
Correct.
Yep. She had the whip. She was like, need speed. Let's get slower.
Really
Correct.
terrible pick. Well, we'll see him in about 7 years.
No, it's not the Phillies.
Okay. Good night, Dave. Yep. That's what
Yeah,
I
Dave,
said.
absolutely, man. That's not great.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here too.
That's
Tell
myself.
Velarde, stay on with Hassan.
No, absolutely not.
The tar gets back.
I'm going to sleep.
Come on,
Come on,
dude.
Mike.
What do you mean? Come on.
Until Atard gets back, for Christ's sakes.
Where's he at?
He's just taking out the trash
5
real quick.
minutes.
Maybe.
Well, I'm leaving,
All right, Ant.
so you got to stay on, Mike.
Oh crap.
Dude, I sat here for 3 hours. Come on, you got to take a nap. Lucky
First
fuck.
show you did in 6 months.
So what? Listen, I trimmed like down here,
Yeah, shave.
in this area here.
Mm-hmm.
I trimmed up here because it starts growing into my eyeballs. All right. Well, enjoy your night, fellas. Tell Brian T. Rangers suck. Love it. See you.
Wait, how'd you put that up there, Mike?
Go to brand and just hit it.
Oh.
See the Jericho one?
Oh, yeah. So this is how me and you felt after the Flyers picked.
Justin Thomas, after his excellent approach shot, ran all the way toward the back of the green for birdie.
Dude, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Well,
Absolutely. God,
You got to be bleeping kidding me.
I felt like jamming this in somebody's cooch.
Dude, that video cracks me up. Like, what are you doing, bro? Come on, man.
I feel like doing an Eagles chant right now. What about you?
Absolutely.
War over there in Minnesota, guys. That's right. EAGLE, Eagles, baby.
That never gets old.
Brian T. There he is.
Hey.
EAGLEL.
I'm back.
EAGLEL. Steven, he was not pleased that they did not take a center.
I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. Especially for a right-handed defenseman.
Right, even a lefty, I mean, is fine.
Brian, because you left, I was giving you my thoughts on Mr. Forrester.
Yeah, what'd I miss?
The other people were getting compared to David Pastrnak and other people, and we got compared to Corey Perry, the guy that we got. So I wasn't really happy with that.
I told you to take a winger.
Well, do you think that they would have taken the guy the Capitals took if they didn't jump?
Actually,
Great. Makes you feel better. Thanks.
because I think that he was the highest upside guy.
But
The
did you see
injuries.
the list of concussions that guy had? Did they take another chance on a guy like that, though?
Not when you already have a center that has
Has issues.
those same issues. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But Mike brings up a great point. You're taking another power forward type of guy when you saw the
Just a
Islanders.
great pick.
That is a great pick. That's who the Rangers should have taken. You saw guys like Barzal and other angler type of guys that can weave in and out and stick handle like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't find guys like that. We don't have anybody. Our best guy that can do that is Voracek.
Ugh, please.
And the guy's in his 30s at this point now, and it's like you one guy and that's all you got.
Apparently, Anthony Sanfilippo called this 4 days ago.
One guy that can stick
That's
handle.
Forrester.
Whatever. All right, boys. I'm out. Long day tomorrow.
Yeah, and everybody's.
Finish up strong.
We only have 8 more picks.
All right, Mike.
Exactly. Finish
All right,
up strong. The Rangers. So I must have missed that. So they traded up.
Yeah.
2 slots,
Yes.
3 slots.
3.
So they gave up a 3rd round pick. You weren't happy with that?
I didn't mind the trade up. I thought trading up for the defenseman just because the Devils are going to go get him, I think, is a little foolish. I would have gone after an offensive player because I think their defense is fine. They took a 2nd round defenseman last year in Matt Robertson, who I think is going to be perfectly good. But at some point, you got to have a place for all these players to go.
I mean, so they can't sign Hank.
I guess it's easier. It's easier to trade a defenseman for help. I mean, if you need wing help or center help, you're going to get it by trading a defenseman. But at some point, you could just pick your own guy.
Yeah.
So, but listen, they got Alexi Lafreniere, so whatever.
Right, the Knights a positive, no matter how you look at it.
Right.
No matter what they do with that pick. Savio Arcauci with a good question.
Apparently not.
Are they making this pick?
They did. They made it.
Who'd they take?
Connor Zary.
Oh, jeez. I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. Ooh.
All right, fellas. I'm out.
All right, V.
All right,
See you,
Michael.
buddy.
Later.
Well,
I think he's still a little salty. We didn't put him in the bet.
he doesn't bet anymore.
I know.
I mean, Jesus. What are you going to do?
Listen, I said my info was good.
Yeah, very good.
So
Thank you, sir.
I should have put about 10 times as much as I put on it.
Dude, I wanted to keep piling it in too, and I'm like, God forbid. What if he's actually wrong? Oh, man.
It's okay.
I put in what I was comfortable with.
Right. I think Hav matched me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Hob did bet it.
He matched me, yeah.
See, he doesn't like to talk about his bets. But my fellow total degenerate.
I expect that to be a topic of conversation on your next show.
Correct. Anybody who is watching us for the first time, myself and Ryan Havermail host a show every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. Obviously, we're preempted this week, but every Tuesday night at 10 p.m., catch Total Degenerates, where we talk about all things gambling, throw a little fantasy in there. Also, Paulie Scoops, who's probably the biggest degenerate out of the three of us, but plenty of betting experience. So Thomas, we took we bet.
So basically, Tom, I was watching BSU last night, and Steve Cordianos was on, who I think the world of, and he said, listen, the mayor John Hoven for the Kings, he's a very, very well connected blogger and podcaster, and he has a lot of them on all the time. He said the Kings are taking Byfield. Let's put it to bed, and you could have bet Byfield over Stutzel from anywhere from minus 112 to plus 105 last night into today, and I put a sizable amount of money on it because all the information looked like that's what was going to happen, and it obviously won. I told, I think, about half a dozen people about it, and they went on with me, and everybody's making money tonight, and I'm not taking any tips. I will take a Starbucks gift card on occasion from some people, but other than that, I feel good that I was able to help some friends win some money, and I feel good that I wasn't proven to be an asshole, because I was worried, like, they're going to be the biggest asshole in the world.
Oh, you would have got absolutely roasted.
But I said, look, here's every piece of information that I have.
Correct.
Why don't you coming to the same conclusion? So it's not coming out of here. This is what I say. Savior, does Colorado trade this pick for Chris Kreider? No, probably not. That ship has probably sailed. No, I don't think the Rangers are signing anybody.
I mean, they don't need to. Financially, I mean, it's pretty tight.
So apparently Wayne said, now Wayne, who also won, I'm being investigated for insider trading. Listen, those are heavy terms in our business there, Mr. Clemens. Oh, God, Colorado. I love Colorado. I love everything they do. They are currently below the cap floor, so they got to spend some money even to get there. But Cale Makar, Bowen Byram, that's a defensive pairing for the ages coming soon for there. You still got Newhook coming. You still got Yost and Martin Kaut came up this year. That team's going to be loaded for a very long time. That was a great Coke Zero.
Garbage.
Dude, please.
Keeping that D-man pipeline going, that pick.
I mean,
how soon does Colorado be? I mean, listen, they were the 2 seed after what were they going into the round robin? They were the 2 behind St. Louis.
Yeah.
I mean, are they going on this dominant run here starting next year or what?
If they go get Braden Holtby, they're my pick to come out. Goaltender was their issue, and they couldn't overcome it. That cost me a lot of money. Literally. I mean, I had everything parlayed right. That was the one that screwed me.
What was the Varlamov deal?
Varlamov,
what happened there?
He's on the Islanders now.
I know, but why did he leave Colorado?
Because he sucks anyway. They got Phil Grubauer, who they thought was going to be. He got hurt. He just no depth. They just get another ex-capital goalie. Just get. I mean, I think it just makes a lot of sense.
And plus, you said they have money to spend right now, so
they definitely have money to spend. They should be looking at Taylor Hall. I'm telling you right now. Like if you're,
my God. I mean, what do you give these guys? Short-term deals to 3-year deals?
I'll load them up right now. I mean, it's insane what this team's doing, and I just love everything about everything. They just do I mean, look, Rantanen's going to make money, which is fine, but you look at it here. Rantanen is making $9 million. Okay, they got McKinnon on a sweetheart deal at 6'3". Landeskog's going to be owed some money. Kadri's a free agent, whatever. Donskoy and Comfort don't really care. And defensively, Eric Johnson, Sam Girard, Ian Cole, McCarr's going to get a deal. I mean, I love that team. It's the goaltending.
Yeah. I mean, and they still, if Grubauer doesn't get hurt, they probably beat Dallas. I would assume.
Dude, in the hockey playoffs, I missed so much money by like this. It just drives me nuts. And thank you to Quentin Byfield for making me some of it back.
Yep. I probably made back what I lost in the hockey playoffs.
Okay. Good. I feel good about that.
Yeah. Because the only thing I hit was 3 out of 4 on a round robin bet. With the conference semis.
Yep.
Or no, I'm sorry, the Western Conference quarters. That was it.
First round screwed me.
Well, yeah, because Pittsburgh, I know.
Pittsburgh and Edmonton.
They got you hard.
That should never happen.
Hard.
Could you imagine if you took Chicago and Montreal to win their series, I think it was like some ridiculous.
Oh, of course. Who's taking the 12 seeds?
Should have never happened.
Where would Montreal have picked in this draft had they lost that series instead of wherever they picked?
Right outside the lottery. 16? 15? No.
That's what they picked anyway.
Well, yeah, they would have been in the lottery. Then I don't know. Oh, so wait. Minimum,
no, they would have been like 9, right?
9.
Yeah.
2 or 9. 1 or 9.
Which I think is in this draft was very sizable in a 9 or 10 player draft.
Sure. Well, it's like Keith Jones on the show and said, I think they probably don't want to make the playoffs. They want to lose.
Well, look at the moves that they made in the regular season. Told you they were not planning on contending the rest of the year, and they were planning on not tanking. It was a little late to tank, but they're planning on being in the top 10 of the draft.
This could be a spot for William Wallinder.
Probably the best D-man on the board.
Yeah.
With Pietrangelo a free agent.
Well, because, I mean, they've really focused on forward the last couple of years. You have Robert Thomas, who's a center. Kiru is a winger. Costin's a winger. They do need to start working back that defense again. They traded Dominic Bach to Carolina. We'll see which way they go.
Giancarlo Stanton's home run was 118 miles per hour off the bat and went 458 feet. He hits the hardest home runs
he
in the league by far. He's angry. Oh.
I wonder if the bet that we made was Byfield over Stutzel, so I wonder if they're waiting for the draft to be done. Because the other bet was who was the second pick. And that was pretty easy.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah, but I put 2 bets in, and both of them were Byfield gets drafted before Stutzel. I mean, you can't change that.
Well, it's funny because Brandon said Byfield at 2. I said, well, what if the Kings go off the board something crazy and Byfield still goes ahead of Stutzel just at 3? He's like, that's not going to happen. I'm like, no, probably not. But
so St. Louis goes offense. St. Louis probably the most disappointing playoff run there.
It's a little early for me.
Yeah,
it's a little early for me for Jake Neighbors.
Well, he was a early second projected. So I mean, we're getting to the end of the first here.
Steve had him at 59.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I thought I saw him right around 35. Oh, 30. Okay. I mean,
next,
like I said, when you're getting down to the end of this first round, you're going to start seeing some surprise picks.
Next Tuesday, are you available if I can get him on?
I'm sorry, who?
Are you available next Tuesday around HO time?
Probably, yeah.
I'll see if he can make it because I'd like to go over some. I mean, I'd like to strike while the iron's hot on this draft, but I can't really do it this week.
Okay.
I'll see if he can make it. But he said he would come on.
Who did?
Steve Corniano.
So yeah. Okay.
I need to personally thank him and tell him I owe him a drink.
Yeah.
Because he said, like, and I showed you the tweet. He confirmed it. I mean, I was following the yellow brick road. I mean, everything just pointed to this. But it wasn't even about that. I mean, for the guys who were watching, I mean, yeah, I bet it based on information. But Quentin Byfield was always the number 2 pick in this draft. Walter, how are you? Brian, they're my boys from over in What a Dump Hockey Talk, which is the greatest name for a group.
That's great.
It says, don't ignore me and invite the WAD group to the live chat. I can't. Well, yeah, he said we are buzzed. I love those guys. Those guys are fantastic. There's Brandy.
They sound like a bunch of fun.
It's a lot of,
people.
Dakota, those guys are fantastic. That whole group there, they really embraced us. And I can't appreciate that enough. Cause I mean, it's not always the case, but all good things have been said by them about us. And I'm very, very appreciative.
I need to follow these people.
What a Dump Hockey Talk. All right, so Anaheim is up next. This is the pick Anaheim got from the Andre Kasha deal.
Oops. Hey, I'm in.
So it looks like Lundqvist to Washington.
What?
It's going to Washington.
Brandon Summerman loved the Forrester pick. Fair enough.
You had at least 2 drinks with them. They are good people. I'll fly to Seattle once I can fly again. This is the part where the top of that second round is so valuable because we're sitting here at pick 27. You still see Bork there. You still see Gunler there. Brendan Brisson's there. Jan Missick is there. Like, the depth is there. And it's like every year, the top of the second round, the guys, because of just the way hockey is, like where you fall in love with guys move up. You always see these reaches by weird teams like the Devils and Columbus.
Which is why the rumors that the Rangers were trading down from 22 made a ton of sense.
Sure.
I would have loved if the Flyers had done that. Traded it down at 23.
This point, yeah. Yeah, Forster was probably down in that area, but you identify your guy.
True. Jacob Perreault.
Yeah, he definitely was. I mean, Yahoo had him as high as 21. Now, Steve had him at 30, but Steve has a couple of defensemen, like a Ryan O'Rourke moving up, and he really liked Marat Kushnedinov. So,
Yep. I'm looking at he's at 22 on the list I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Maverick Bork still sitting there.
Yes.
Who you would have liked at 22.
I would love them at 22.
Thanks, Brian.
It's a great name.
Fantastic name.
They don't get better. Oh, okay. We're sitting here at now the 28th overall pick. Again, Ottawa's back. This is Ottawa's selection
JGP
from
trade.
the JG Pajot trade. Is he a Stars fan? I gotta see if I can go. What is this thing? Let's see that. I'm trying to get something to work here. All right. All right, Brian, check your inbox. We'll bring you on for the Dallas pick. Brian Barch, check your inbox on Facebook Messenger. All right, we're gonna be joined by about 5 people.
Sweet.
So, I mean, at this point in the draft, all rules are out the door anyway.
Why not? Let's get nuts.
We got what, 4 picks left? It's all good.
Now, if my connection gets shitty, I might just have to bail.
I understand.
But I should be good.
You're fine.
Not on the iPad anymore, where that would happen.
You're loving it, right?
Loving it.
See? You got it for free, too.
Basically, yeah. Quentin Byfield just paid for my laptop.
Quentin Byfield. I will say, when I woke up this morning and the line had moved the wrong way, I'm like,
oh yeah, dude. I started panicking, and I didn't have that much on it yet.
I know.
It wasn't.
I was half in at that point. Right.
Which was,
making a sports box debut is noted Dallas fan, one of the admins of the What a Dump Hockey Talk, which again I can't speak highly enough of those guys. Brian Barrett's joining the sports box. Brian, how are you?
I am wonderful tonight. I've been having a few drinks with the What a Dump crew.
I can see that.
I'm wonderful. How about you guys?
Living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
Wait, what?
You have a
my phone. There we go.
of Ryan.
You might have to hit the speaker. There's some reverb coming.
Yeah, sorry, I had to clear it off my phone.
That's good. You're all right.
There he goes. We're good now.
All right, you're good. So here's Ottawa's pick, which puts the Stars up next. No, the Stars are 30.
Yeah, Stars are 30.
It would flash them.
It's a nice pick. Nice pick here for Ottawa to top it off. They didn't get their center earlier.
Nips out for Dallas.
Ridley Gregg, guy who was rumored for the Rangers at 22. Not so much. So, Brian, with Dallas coming up a pick from now, the mocks that we've seen have them looking for a center. Steve, the draft analyst, has him taking Thomas Bordelot from the USU under-18. Yahoo has him taking Theodore Niederbach from Super Elite for Frölunda. What's your take here?
So, kind of comically, just looking at our, team chemistry and who we have, any Finn is a good pick. In reading Reddit earlier, I saw a post that said, pick the best available Joel or best available Finn, right? Just based off our playoff run, we had Joel Kiviranta killing it. We had Joel Hanley, who came in on the bottom pairing, who, for being a career AHL guy, did a phenomenal job in the playoffs. So, if there's Joel available, obviously you take him. If not, I'm trying to look at who's currently available. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Bork still on the board.
From a center perspective, for the center market right now, again, Bork is there, Brisson is there. I really think Kushnadinov is going to help some team once he gets there. But yeah, I think the reason Steve likes Bordelot is because he's a Texas native.
Sure.
That's always good to have a local kid.
Yeah, Houston kid, and obviously, that's as local as you get with Texas. So,
Brandy said, "Mute the chat." Brian doesn't know where he is. Is a bad representation of us, guys. If you're hockey fans, no, seriously, if you're a hockey fan, look up What a Dump Hockey Talk. Join that group. A lot of good people there. They've embraced the sports box with open arms, and we can't appreciate that enough. So.
Just looking, as far as Dallas's needs, I think Bordelot's not a bad pick. I think he's a little small based on what Dallas runs as far as a team, being only 5'9". So I definitely look at a larger player. But if you look at the history of what Jim Nill's done,
is that your larger player?
As far as what Jim Nill's done as a GM here in Dallas, I think he's had a lot of success. So really, whatever he ends up doing, I'm fairly confident in. I don't have too much discomfort with what he picks. Back when he first started, I wasn't necessarily a big fan of the Gurionov pick, and I believe it was 2015. But as we saw in this playoff run, that has turned out quite well for us. So, I put my faith in our GM, see what happens, and go from there.
They've gone defense 2 of the last 3 drafts in the first round. Thomas Harley a year ago, and then obviously Mimir Heiskanen in 17, who I love. I mean, we talked about that. Hess is a Flyers fan. He took Nolan Patrick that year, and if you kind of look at that draft, clearly 3 through 5 were better than 1 and 2. So, Dallas was the
Yeah, and I think defensively we're set. Lindell and Klingberg are both fairly young. The thing that scares me with that is the expansion draft, right? You can only protect 3, and Alexiak has kind of come into his own after going through the Sergei Zubov School of Defensemen up in Pittsburgh.
I love Sergei Zubov. When they traded him, that was such a horrible idea.
Frankly, I wasn't a big fan of the Sekera re-sign at 2 years. I wanted to see us sign DeMello from Ottawa and Gustafsson to make that our bottom pairing, with Klingberg and Lindell being our top, Alexiak Miro being our second pairing, and then those two being our bottom pairing. But I definitely understand, especially if they don't have the faith that Johns is going to come back. So it's really a matter of, what do we anticipate happening here, right?
Anthony Pompo says he thinks Tuck here, the brother of Alex Tuck, who obviously is a Vegas kid. I don't know. Vegas is interesting. I mean, they're they've got everything. I mean, they've built it very nicely. I mean, tell you what, a guy like Bork here would be really, really pretty kind of insane, really, as good as they are.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with any first-round pick in this draft, right? The top 10 we talked about.
The Devils in Columbus will prove you differently on that. There were some interesting selections.
Yeah, fair. But I think if you look at, mock drafts prior to COVID happening, you see the top 10, maybe even top 15 picks outside of the top 5 really all being interchangeable, right?
Brendan Brisson right here.
There he goes.
Could have been a Ranger. Stupid.
If you're looking for a bigger center, the Russian kid Vasily I'm going to try to say his name right, Ponomaryov. But you have to worry about, especially with these Russian players, we discussed it earlier, is the lure of KHL and getting them back over here after you've drafted them. So I mean, he is a bigger center, something that you said Dallas needs. So I mean, he would be a possibility here for you guys at 30.
So I think,
Walter, check your inbox.
I think honestly, going back to the 70s, 80s, that's where the Russian bias really starts, right? Of having players, drafted by NHL teams that you're not 110% sure that they're going to come over to the NHL. But I think we've seen in more recent years, especially since 2000, minus Kovalchuk, players that are much more willing to come over to the NHL, right? So I think that's really the big thing, is most of the time at this point, players are coming from the KHL to the NHL. Sure, you have such as Shipachayev, I believe is how you pronounce his name, from Vegas. He didn't have too much success there because they wouldn't call him up, but they had so much cap trouble from the start with the way they built their roster.
They wanted me to join.
They had a lot of talented players from the start, and it ended up working out for them. But if you realistically look at it, I think Russian bias is something that needs to be dropped off at this point. A lot of players, the majority of players are coming back over from the KHL to the NHL.
I like it. Every time I talk, it fucks up Brian's thought.
Hey, Hess, DraftKings paid out.
Yes, pay me my money.
Brian, we made some money tonight. We put some large dollars on Byfield at 2.
I don't think that's a bad pick, right?
It worked out good.
Boom,
money. It had to go either way between him or Stutzel.
Well, there was one of the Kings podcasts with a guy who was really connected. John Hoven said this is going to be Byfield. Put it to bed. And I'm looking at it on DraftKings. It was still at minus 112 at a time. So I started sprinkling. I think I did it 5 or 6 times, and by the end, I'm up $1,000. So listen, I'm having a good day. So it's like whatever.
That's insane to me that the Kings have run off of Anze Kopitar for the past 10 years. Why would they not want a mirror image of him?
Well, you know what it was, I think, because their system was deep at center. But again, I mean, it's easier to trade a center for a wing later. Byfield clearly is going to be their best one. I mean, whether it's Velarde or Turcotte, you figure it out. Like you trade from your position of strength. You don't take a lesser player.
Well, and it's easier to move a wing or a center to wing than a wing to center.
Absolutely.
So, if he projects as a first line center, he can easily project as a first line right wing or left wing. Just with a little more defensive responsibility.
I just want to fuck you up when you're talking. Can they hear me?
Whoever that is, yes, we can hear you.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
We can hear you through the microphone, whatever that is. All right, Dallas Stars on the clock, minute 39. Let's see which way they go here. I think it's a forward. I think
it has to be a forward, right?
With
the Klingberg's what, 20, 23, 24?
Yeah, you guys are way ahead of me. I'm going to see if I can refresh this.
Not even that.
Klingberg's young, Lindell's young, Miro is 19, 20, and Harley is going to turn 19 at the beginning of the season, assuming the CHL resumes.
Klingberg's 28. He said a minute 39. Mine was at like 2:20.
Yeah, mine's at 2:15 right now.
I'm at a minute. Focus.
I've done a whole breakdown on Reddit of what I think the Stars should do with this, shortened off season before January 1st. And already that's kind of fallen apart with them re-signing Sekera. But I still think they should trade Cogliano. I think that's easily replaceable with a guy like Camano, who's making a third of what Cogliano's making. We're crunched for cap with the carryover bonuses, I think being $3.25 million.
The Rangers are in that now too.
So you really have to look at the cap and say, okay, prior to the bonuses, we had about $15.5 million. Now we have about 12. So
do you bring back Khudobin, who was your guy in the playoffs? He's 33 years old. He is a UFA. You still have Ben Bishop.
My heart says yes, but my gut says no. And it's really all dependent upon if we have an AHL season. If we don't have an AHL season, you obviously ride Ottinger as the backup and get him some NHL time. With Bishop's history, he honestly probably gets 30, 35
Great
games.
pick, Dallas. Great pick.
Great pick for Dallas.
I love that pick for them.
That's a steal there. That's an absolute. I know you're behind us, so you'll
we'll
be happy
see
with
what
it.
happens.
Love it. That's such a great pick. I mean,
was it Bork or Peterka?
Maverick Bork.
Bork.
Okay. Honestly, I haven't had a whole ton of time to do research. Usually I save my research for after the season, but with Dallas running deep in the playoffs, COVID playoffs this year, I've had 2 weeks to do research. So usually my research bends in the top 20 picks, and with Dallas being at 30 this year, I haven't had a whole ton of time to look at it, but Again, like I said before, I put my faith fully in Nil. We traded up to get an Ottinger. There's a video in the What of Them group, as you've mentioned before, of me screaming about us picking Delandria because Valeno was on the board at that point in time. But honestly, that's turned out fairly well. He had a great year in Flint, even though that's kind of a fairly weak team. So, I'm good with it. I trust Nil. I don't have any problem with that pick. And who doesn't like the name Maverick? Honestly.
Dude, he was a guy I honestly was considering for the Rangers at 22. So to still be here with the 29th pick, I think is great. Again, I thought they were going to look at a center, and they did. You can't be upset at all about that. I think it's a nice fit for what they do. I think he can really slot into a second line role very easily. So.
Yeah, and I mean, with the core that we currently have, he has plenty of time to develop.
Yeah.
We've got Ben and Sagan on 9-year contracts. Ben signed his 2 years ago. Sagan signed his 1 year ago.
Ben's got 5 left. Sagan's got 7. Pavelski's got 2. I mean, he can easily come right into that role in 2 years. I don't see why.
Pavelski's NMC drops off at the end of this year, so we're hopefully using him as bait for Seattle. But that's kind of a big thing. We have a lot of salary dropping off between Rads and Pavelski in 2 years. I've heard rumors, obviously there are rumors, of Rads being asked for his 15-team no trade list or 16-team no trade list because he carries that cap hit of 6 or 6.25.
6.25, yeah.
With the bonuses and Ghilardi's core businesses taking those hits with COVID, obviously the Stars being a non-traditional market are looking to take a little bit of cap out of it. So I think, you look at Cogliano, to me, is the one to move. He's 3.25. He's not valuable if you can bring Camano into that role, who brings more offense. Como, I think, is too valuable on the penalty kill to move, only being at 2.4, but Radulov at 6.25. If you can move him with the emergence of Kiviranta, you can have a top 6 of Ben, Sagan, Gurianov, Hintz, Pavelski, Kiviranta. And then, that you have to bring back Rupe, Foxa.
I'm actually, in looking at this, I'm really surprised Klingberg's 28. I would not have guessed that. I guess these guys must have really caught up to me with age, because
Well, I mean, with him and Ben being 5th round picks, you've seen the Stars have success in the later rounds.
Yeah.
So Klingberg, and you don't see that with most teams, right? The 5th round is usually depth guys for the AHL, or maybe, 7th defenseman or 13th forward. So, it's great to have your captain and an assistant captain be from the 5th round. A lot of people joke around and say, oh, we should trade all our picks so we can have 30 picks in the 5th round and fill out a complete roster. But, I think Nil has done a great job with depth. Our previous GMs have done a great job with later round picks. It's just a matter of, how we develop. We've had a problem developing goaltenders in the past. You see Jack Campbell gets traded to LA and then he moves to Toronto. Yeah. And now he's doing, not a phenomenal job, but a serviceable job as a backup in Toronto to Freddie. So, goes back to you asking about Hudobin. I think if there's an AHL season, you sign a veteran that's out there to, 1, maybe 2 year, $1 to $2 million deals. See if you can hold on to them for that. And then by the time Bishop steals up, Ottinger, if everything goes well, should be ready to take that spot.
San Jose's making their pick here. It is Ozzy Weisblatt, right winger out of Prince Albert in the Western Hockey League. Obviously one of the winners for the best name in the draft. He was the 40th ranked prospect, says Bob McKenzie.
So one surprise to me, with that being the last pick in the first round, is Jan Mysak has been picked.
He's going to be an early pick tomorrow. And you look at a team, you know, Detroit's right there. They got 2 picks from 32 to 45. It wouldn't surprise me. Montreal's picking 47, 48. They could easily move up. I mean, you're going to see teams. Ottawa's there again at 33.
Sure.
Noah Gunler's a guy that I liked, and he's still there. I had him as like a mid, around 20.
Well, so I'm looking at
guys.
what I'm really looking at is Helge Grans from Malmo. I think, honestly, maybe not a first-round pick, but definitely a top-tier second round. O'Rourke from Sault Ste. Marie is definitely a top-tier second, mid-tier second. So I think there's still a lot of talented guys at the top of the second round.
No, absolutely. Tomorrow morning when it starts working here at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, I'll be very unproductive on my work from home. So
you and me both.
Right.
I'll be following this.
I'll be watching that. So
I'm out.
Yep. Hess, I'll see you.
Boys,
Hey,
Brian,
Brian,
thank you for the
having me on again,
group, man. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate
really good
it.
things. Say really good things about What a Dump. Make sure you check them guys out. They're fantastic.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And we'll just wrap up. I want to just give a shout out to our friends over at CrowdPlay. If you haven't seen their app, it is totally free to play. Go ahead and check this out. I guess I'm the sole survivor. So, guys, thank you so very much for watching the SportsBox NHL 2020 first round draft coverage. We appreciate all of the likes, comments, and shares. Make sure you give us a like on our page at SportsBox Show, Twitter at SportsBox Show, Instagram at The SportsBox Show. Find us on YouTube. Join Outside the Box, our sports discussion group with over 4,200 members. We continue to grow and grow and grow. We thank you for your support. Make sure you're riding with us. Enjoy it. Alexis Lafreniere is a New York Ranger.
Thank you for watching the Sports Box. Follow us on Facebook at SportsBox Show, Twitter at SportsBox Show, Instagram at The SportsBox Show. Find us on YouTube and join Outside the Box, our Facebook sports discussion group. The Sports Box is brought to you by our friends at CrowdPlay. Download the free CrowdPlay app today and use promo code THEBOX at sign up for 10 points. See you next time.